Hello. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. Welcome in. How you doing? Welcome to class. Hang on. Hang on. Words. Words. Okay, we're good. We're good with words. It's here. It's here. Okay. Continue words. Femboy? Excuse me? I am a proud member of the United States of America, and I will not be treated this way, okay? Ow! I guess I will be treated this way. Ow. Okay, well, welcome to class, everyone. The cringe! Why is the cringe over there? The cringe needs to be over here. It's fine. When's home time? What is home time? What is home time? Huh? Hello. Let's take attendance. I keep moving. Let's take attendance. I forgot to make the chat always on. Damn it. It's okay. It's fine. We can figure this out. It's Modelo time, fools. Oh. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Hello, Ryoshi. Thanks for being first. Welcome to class. I don't know what time it is. It's Modelo time. Okay. Howdy, Mega Rare. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Robin. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. We're gonna keep this hand up as though I'm waving at you, because you can't see any better. Hello, Krabby Patties. Welcome. Hello, Static. Thanks for taking attendance. Hi, Hark. Thanks for taking attendance. Welcome to class. Hello, Milk. How you doing? Hi, Joms. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Joms. Do you have a promotional contract with Modelo? Dude, I wish. I wish. Hello, Lami. Welcome to chat. How are you? I'm not a femboy. I'm a 600-pound man with a voice changer, if that makes a difference. Okay? Hello, Zoo. How you doing? Thanks for taking attendance. Whoa! Mega Burger, thank you for the resub. I appreciate you. Hi, you! How are you? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Oh, goodness gracious. Hark! 70s dream streak? That's crazy. That's a lot. 69-year-old man? No, at least 40. 40 or more, maybe, is what we're doing here. Hello, Stare. Thanks for taking attendance. Welcome to class. Cowdy. Cowdy, cowdy. Hi, Tom. Good to see you. Welcome in. Hi, Maddie. Thanks for taking attendance. Welcome to class. Hello, Valentine. How are you? Welcome. Good to see you. I've been back for like a month. Hello, Maximo. Welcome to Kick Chat. How you doing? And hello, Nostalgia. Hello, Cannon. Good to see you over on the YouTubes. We're here, and I'm gonna do. You're escaping France. Let's go. You should revolt against France because France is revolting. Guess what? Ooh, 600 pounds muscular? No, I'm a cow. Have you ever seen a muscular cow? You chicken butt. That's what I'm gonna assume you're gonna say. Oh, I keep messing that up. There we go. Got it. You leveled up today? It's your birthday? Oh my god, happy birthday, Ayu! Happy birthday! Hang on, let me make the chat always on so that I don't... Because that's how people do React streams, right? That's what they do for it. Do you want us to sing happy birthday to you Chili's style? Or regular style? I have seen a muscular cow, actually. Coping, seething. Hi, Moondog. How you doing? Welcome. Should I move that a little bit? Maybe I should move that a little bit. Nah, it's fine. It's fine. Right? Where did those even come from? I don't know. I don't remember where... That's avatars. What the hell? Dude, I have no idea where my alerts come from. Huh? Sound alerts? Streamlabs alerts. There they are. Here. I'll move them into the corner. That makes more sense, right? That makes more sense. What is that emote? I don't know. You gotta ask Moon. You gotta ask Moon about that. I have no business with that. Most cows are muscular. The muscle is the meat. Okay. Alright, well, not all cows. Okay? Not all cows.
Read to these nuts.
Eh?
Read to these nuts.
Why is he not saying that properly?
Read to these nuts.
Why can't he read?
Read to these nuts.
It's like the real one? Is it just like the real person? Can't read?
Read to these nuts.
No. Why is he being so... He's getting ruder, but every time he says it. Goodness gracious. Chili's, okay. Happy birthday from the Chili's crew. We wish it was our birthday so we can party too. Hey, happy birthday, IU. Sensory overload stream. Sorry. Welcome to VTubing. Welcome to VTubing. You can't have a stream without being sensory overloaded, okay? Okay. Are we ready? Am I ready? I'm not ready. I'm not ready for reacting. I've never reacted before. Happy birthday, IU! How old are you now? I look like a cow. Why is the messages not showing? They need to stay on the screen. Always show messages. Save. Huh? 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 Okay, well, I guess that's it. That's it then. That's it then. It's time. Ow! Huh? Huh? 1 second. I'm scared to have the window open on its own for too long.
Peeing, ASMR. Sorry, I'm very hydrated today.
That one's off.
Peeing.
That one's been off for years now. Always show messages, save, messages disappear. This is so sad. Can we do everything incorrectly? Let's not go crazy today. We're going a little crazy. Hi, Texas. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Wrong answer. Also wrong. Oh no. Oh no. Sorry to attendance and run last night. No problem. I understand how it works. Everything was going to literal hell. Oh no. Oh no. They overly panko coded your machines today. Get that shit off my screen, bro. Disgusting. What the hell? How much do I earn from this? $0. $0. I don't earn from this, bro. Are you crazy? Hi, Karma. Welcome in. What's my favorite outfit to go swimming at the beach? I don't go swimming. I don't go to the beach. I don't go outside. I don't dress in revealing clothing. I don't. That's my answer. Hello, Kren. How you doing? Welcome in. The panko coating caught on fire multiple times! I thought it was supposed to be fire repellent. Is that not what's going on here? You need an affiliate slash partner slash sponsor? You think anyone wants to sponsor this shit, bro? Not even GamerSupps will touch me. I might be a little too on the nose here, okay? Anyway, Modelo might... I doubt it. Are you guys ready? Okay, so I have a few different videos that I want to watch, but they're all Warcraft related. They're all World of Warcraft related, so sorry in advance. Just don't pick Advanced, GG. Dude, Advanced wouldn't touch me with a 10-foot pole. You guys saw what happened last year. You guys saw what happened last year. Partner pushing is never gonna happen. We're never gonna get out of the 50 CCV range, okay? Unless we pay bots to watch the stream, but they're stopping that now. They're not allowing the big streamers to have bots anymore. This is so sad. Can we inflate our economy artificially? No, the answer is no. GamerSupps will at some point. They got some mad ones. No. It can't happen. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. All right, let's watch this video. This video is called "You Didn't Leave Warcraft. Warcraft Left You." And I feel like they did. That's why I don't play retail. But in any case, let's watch this. What is there to do then? Don't blue shell your chances. I'm not blue shelling my chances. I'm being realistic. All right. My dog loves World of Warcraft. $10 billion? Okay, 1 second. You guys can't wait. You guys can't hear that? I can hear that. It says that you guys can hear that. What am I doing wrong? YouTube window. I love pausing. What do I hear? I don't know. I don't know what you guys are hearing. I only hear the background music. Random dog loves the game. If the dog loves the game, then that's even more.
Craft.
Hello, 5 idiots. How you doing? Welcome in. Ay. So maybe just YouTube can't hear it? It's me taking a shit Hello, Shadow. Is that how? Why is that your first time chat? You were here yesterday. It's okay. Lurkers. We love lurkers. Hang on. You guys can hear that on Twitch, right? Oh, maybe I set it so that YouTube can't hear YouTube videos? Oh, no. 1 second. I don't think I can fix this. I don't think I can fix this. Recording audio, streaming, replay buffer. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. This is why, yeah, okay, fine. That makes sense. Advanced audio settings. I haven't been feeling great. Oh no, have a great rest of your evening. Try to feel better. Try not to lose your mind. It's already happening. I'm sorry. Please take care. Don't work too hard. Yeah, I can't change the encoder settings while I'm streaming, unfortunately. Cancel. Oh, you know what I can do? I think I can go to the options settings here. Yeah, okay, got it. Wonderful. YouTube. Window, and then I set 2, and then now you should be able to hear it on... Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, we just started. Leon Kennedy's, Yep. Welcome in. Thanks for the follow. I hope you enjoy your stay. I never say the full name anyway, so this is working in my favor today. Hi, Josh. How you doing? YouTube can't hear itself. This is unacceptable. We're gonna try it now. 1 second. I need to make this intro music go down. Alright, it's time. Nice. That's a good smell. That's a good smell. We're gonna have a good day today, I think. Alright, let's go.
World of Warcraft, baby!
Yeah!
My dog loves World of Warcraft.
This used to be World of Warcraft, a game full of conflict and war. It's considered
How long have you been doing this?
And biggest video game
for about
ever made,
30 minutes.
generating way past $10
15
billion in its
15
lifetime.
minutes.
But somewhere along its
Billion
way,
with a
it has
B.
lost its magic.
I was entertained literally every second in current World
He's
of
so
fucking
young!
Warcraft. You
Holy
can get
crap!
to level 100 by buying it.
It's like the game, like you can't even understand what the fuck is happening in the game.
For
Yeah.
years, the company
Yeah, that's
behind
my
the
main
game,
problem with
Blizzard,
retail.
has desperately been trying to recreate the magic that once was,
Soda! That
but
was
without much
Soda, dude.
success.
That was so young. I just booted up WoW because I accidentally bought a year subscription! Let's go, Hulk. Good job. That's what I did last time, too.
Today, they're even afraid to disclose their own subscriber numbers. And the people behind the game wished it wasn't even called Warcraft anymore.
Man,
Why?
I wish we hadn't called it Warcraft.
What?
Sounds kind of intimidating.
Which is
Are you joking, bro? What the fuck is that? They're making the game and they don't even like the name of it? I'm gonna kill myself. This is already off to a horrible start. World of Warcraft? Why do we have to fight, man? Why can't we just all love each other and give each other little gay kisses? God, this is just a World of Warcraft. No. Are you on any crystalline substances? I'm high on life, man. I'm high on life.
confusing when it's literally a game about war between two factions. Now, how do you go from being recognized as the biggest game in the world to be embarrassed by your own name?
I don't
think
know, you
found
tell
the
me.
Answer.
He's
But
got
it's
the
not
answer,
as
guys.
obvious as you might think. And by the end of this
What do you mean it's not as obvious? I can tell you right now. I can tell you in one word why World of Warcraft sucks now. Women. That's it. Period. Point blank. Why did we add women to World of Warcraft? That's what made it not good anymore.
Back in 2004, World of Warcraft took the gaming industry by storm, and it quickly became one of the biggest massive multiplayer online games.
I wouldn't talk to them if they don't play WoW.
What would get you to stop playing? I don't want to stop. Why would I want to stop?
How long are you gonna?
So true. Hi, Shin. How you doing? Truth. Impressive communication skills. I have zero communication skills. I'm sorry. I'm here all alone, and you guys are here too, but the fact that I just have to talk to myself, that's it. I'm talking to myself. I'm talking to my own head. Okay? Women in charge of the game or making the game? Both. Women are in charge of the game now. There are women in the field of World of Warcraft making the game and the storylines, which is why they all suck. Ow! I am not the one spouting truth, okay? It's just the truth. Shit, what happened? Oh, crap! F5! F5! I'm a little retarded. It's okay. I know where we were at. I have to change my hotkeys. Shit. 1 second. My hotkey to move is F5. Okay. Clear that key. Let's make it here. Done. Okay. It's okay. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna take that off today. Done. Done. Easy peasy.
All night, all week maybe. You don't have to work tomorrow? Work.
Hello,
There's
Oscar.
No such thing
Nice
as work
attended.
with WoW.
People literally
True.
spend years of their lives in the game, and some of the closest friendships came from meeting each other online.
We met on World of Warcraft.
I got him into WoW. I got like 7 of my friends into WoW. My ex-girlfriend,
Huh?
I got ex-girlfriend, emphasis on the ex.
When new expansions came out, people would travel across continents.
What? They
just
had
to wait in line
balloons?
for the midnight release.
We're at EB Games
I want balloons.
in West Hollywood for the release of the Burning Crusade.
I come from Mexico just to get Burning Crusade.
Dude, look, did you guys see how square that guy's head is? That's classic. That's classic Hispanic head. That's a classic Hispanic square head mode. Dude, my head is so square in real life, you guys would think I was in Minecraft.
Now, briefly put, World of Warcraft was a world inhabited by its players. And as you made your character, you naturally also picked the faction that you would belong
Yes.
to. Which was a choice at first that didn't really seem like
The
it
midnight
mattered,
release of Wrath? That's a long
but
time
it
ago,
did.
isn't it?
Now imagine that you entered the zone, the Barrens, as a Horde player. You're
Yes.
excited to have hit level 10.
I've done this
you
before.
placed your first talent point in your talent
yeah.
tree, looking forward to filling
I
out
remember
the
that
remaining
guy.
50. You're now off to explore the world. But suddenly,
What?
an Alliance player marked as Skull appears out of nowhere and
Ooh.
just kills you. You press release
Get
spirit,
ganked, bro.
and also find yourself having to walk for 10 minutes as a ghost.
Get ganked,
So you
bro.
find your body and are able to come back to life.
But wait,
then,
there's
3
more.
seconds after you come to life, the Alliance player kills you once
I love
again.
WoW.
You see, he gets his joy out of making your life miserable, which is why he's been waiting for you for all 10 minutes.
I love
And
WoW.
this is exactly where the magic of World of Warcraft happens. Because
true.
nothing builds a stronger bond between players than
Ganking
sharing
Horde at
a
the
common
entrance to
enemy.
raids.
You start to ask for help from other Horde players in the
Yes.
Sunlight chat. And together, you defeat that Alliance scum. Now from this day onwards, you're a Horde player.
I'd remind you that I worked at Blizzard for 7 years.
I worked at Blizzard for 7 years. Dude, TBC was the best expansion. I don't know, man. I still think Classic is the best. But the fact that, like, there are people who make it their jobs at level, like, they hit level 60 and they're like, I'm gonna save the level 10 players from the evil level 60s that stick around at the starting zones and kill everyone. And it's like, where is he? I'm on it. And it's like a freaking, he's like Batman. They're like Batman and they come to save you. That was amazing. Or when you're like leveling a character and you're like level 15 and then they also are getting ganked with someone else. And then they're like, be right back. I'm going to get on my ult. And they get on their ult and they're like freaking level 60 with a million different armor pieces that you've never seen before in your life. And they come back and they kill the person that's killing you guys. That's crazy. That's life. That's life on WoW. And that's what I like about Classic. I don't care for retail, man. Don't play the Panda expansion. Didn't play the Panda expansion. Who needs to play the Panda expansion? All you need is Classic.
For life, officially at war with the Alliance.
I'm looking for World PvP because I hate Horde, so I kill Horde when I see Horde.
Do you guys play together?
No, we play different servers. He's Horde, I'm Alliance.
Oh, damn! Oh no, you know what she's doing on that other server without him there.
Like the amount of people
She's
who
dancing on the
walk up to
tables.
me and show me their Horde tattoo.
Yeah, that's my tattoo.
Tattoo?
Alliance. Horde.
Legendary 2
Even
hours on my
commercials were centered around the two factions at war.
You lost the account. This is so sad. Ah, yeah. Dude, they had World of Warcraft Mountain Dew. Do you remember that? Oh, shit.
But the extreme rivalry
Hello,
of the two
Blaze.
factions
Welcome in.
wasn't just something that randomly happened. In fact, it was born from one of the most controversial decisions in the game's development.
The world is divided into two warring factions.
Correct.
There's the Horde and the Alliance.
That's where the Warcraft happens.
And that was a very important, very controversial decision that was made by Alan Adham. Pardu and I came from EverQuest, where we felt like this was a horrible decision
It was
Alan was making.
You seen EverQuest? Every race would
I hear a lot about EverQuest, but I've never played it before. Is it still around, or is it one of those games that like died? It wasn't RTS. Warcraft was already made though. Warcraft existed. And then they made World of Warcraft. I still remember the Mountain Dew. Hi, Monkey. You can still play it. You can still play it. Maybe we should play EverQuest. Is it free? Is EverQuest free? It will be around for EverQuest. Bunch of the OG devs were EverQuest super gamers. Yeah, I remember hearing about that. A lot of, I don't know, I watch a lot of lore videos, and this is like the main lore for World of Warcraft, is EverQuest.
Be able to group up and play together. Splitting the world in two was seen as a very bad strategic move. But Alan Adam, one of the founders of Blizzard, had seen something that the others hadn't.
He came from more of the dark age of Camelot that was more PvP based.
Why were they dark?
And he said the magic of that game was they had 3 factions.
No!
Joked at Blizzard for 7 years. Joked at Blizzard
Stop
for 7
joking!
Joked at Blizzard for 7 years.
No more! Pause!
You were instantly on a team. You weren't a loner in the world. Whether you liked it or not, you had people on your side. Alan's a smart guy. The fact that he was fighting so hard for Horde Alliance, we gotta do it.
The war between the factions wasn't just a side effect. It was the design. But splitting the world into 2 teams were only half of it.
Where's this guy's accent from?
Because a rivalry in a war, well, it needs a reason behind it to make you want to fight. And that reason, that came from just only one man.
Chris Metzen, who was the creative director on World of Warcraft.
Earring.
Really, like, Alan Ad.
Classic World PvP was peak. Classic PvP is the one thing that's the most fun, I think. The only reason I stopped being a druid is because I wanted to be a rogue, because the rogues kept killing me. And I'm like, I want to be like that. I want to kill people out of nowhere in the middle of nowhere while they're doing something for no reason. Why not? Why not?
Him, who's one of the founders of Blizzard, calls Chris the heart
Sprinting
and soul
to
of
Scarlet
Blizzard.
Monastery.
It's almost like when you're making a Blizzard game, you're making Chris's imagination. And Chris famously said the lead character of World of Warcraft is the world.
You see, World of Warcraft was based off of the game Warcraft.
Oh,
which
you
was
don't
a
tell.
strategy game about 2 armies at war.
You don't say.
And Metzen had been the one writing the war since the very beginning.
You know, in Warcraft 1, we had the kingdom of Stormwind and the land of Azeroth, and it was the conflict of that game was pretty much contained within that place. You know, the orcs come through the swamps of Sorrow and, through Elwynn Forest and attack Stormwind. The scope of that conflict was pretty small. As we started talking about Warcraft 2 and the idea of expanding...
What do you mean the scope of that conflict was small? That's a huge conflict, is it not? Coming from another world to kill everybody? That seems like a huge conflict to me. Hi, Deb. Welcome in. You got a game item from Wrath. Oh, wow.
2 armies, the human group became the alliance with elves and dwarves and gnomes. Reciprocally, the orc group expanded to
elves and dwarves and gnomes, and there's one more in there.
Include forest trolls and ogres and death knights and all sorts of good.
What is a death knight?
So a lot of the design decisions with the 2
I'm a fake
armies
fan.
and kind of expanding them.
I'm a fake fan.
Dedicated building the world and building it out further.
Kills your flight master.
And Chris Metzen both agreed on a very important thing, and that was the game needed both factions and a reason to fight each other, essentially giving birth to the magic of the World of Warcraft.
I like
Chris, this wasn't just
spiral
a
in the
video game that they were making.
It's more than just a video game. It's more than just this project we work on, for long periods of time. It's a vehicle through which we engage with the world, through our community.
Death Knights were in Warcraft RTS. 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 What does RTS stand for? Damn. I'm literally a classic Andy. I've never played anything other than classic. I can't handle it. I see gameplay of retail. I'm like, I can't do that. Real-time strategy. But didn't they add Death Knights to the game? Isn't that like a thing that you can do now in the newer areas?
Through the players and the people that love the fiction or the raiders, the PvP players, right?
Raider?
All sorts of different types of WoW player out there, but we're all kind of united by this space.
And the passion that the players would feel from Chris Metzen building these stories so passionately to bring us together is essentially what made World of Warcraft such a big game for years. But Blizzard's biggest success of a video game would soon get in very big trouble. When you attract millions upon millions of players interested
No, please pause. It's good now.
And someone else was knocking on Blizzard's door. Meet
women. No.
A hardcore American businessman who had been at
Blizzard for 6-7 years. I did Blizzard for 6-7 years. I did Blizzard for 6-7 years.
Why are you guys like this?
I drank breast milk at Blizzard.
What? Ah, yes. The Blizzard breast milk is honestly gourmet, high quality. Okay. Did you know Warcraft indirectly inspired League of Legends? Wait, who makes League of Legends? League of Legends is a different company, correct? Isn't it like Chinese World of Warcraft or something? Riot. Where's Riot from? Riot Games. Huh? So fewer players at a large percentage are probably Mythic Sweats. Mythic Plus and Mythic Dungeons are all I hear about from the freaking high society streamers, but they all look the same. I tune into these freaking raids and they all look the same. It's just millions of people on the screen with millions of things happening at once. It makes no sense. They aren't fun. They are not fun. This is not fun. I do not like this. Otherwise called hell. Yes. Mythic Dungeons. Hell.
His entire career was
League
built
copied
during
Dota.
turnarounds of companies near bankruptcy.
You know what? I never ran a business that didn't make money. Like, that gets back to the DNA of, I don't know how to do that.
After successfully turning the sinking ship of Activision around, he was hungry for more. So he put his target on a studio that could build him an empire.
He's
Blizzard
hungry.
Entertainment.
His big fat belly's gotta get full.
Activision with Blizzard's parent company. And from that, they created a giant called Activision Blizzard. With
what the fuck was that? Wait, what the fuck was that?
And from that, they created a giant.
What is that? What is, okay, hang on. What is, okay, this is Jack and Daxter? Is that what that is? This is a game that I don't know. This is Fortnite? Is this Fortnite? That's Crash Bandicoot? Crash Bandicoot. Which one is Jack and Daxter? He's got the wrench? This is Call of Duty? Huh? Who's this Gorilla Man? What I don't know any of these characters, bro. Who are you people?
Called Activision Blizzard, with Bobby Kotick at the steering wheel.
It's the Activision side that I don't know.
They had one thing in mind, and that was making money. Now the timing was almost
businessman makes
Blizzard
business decisions.
Development on what would become the single biggest expansion the World of Warcraft would ever see, going from all the way up to 12 million.
I understand, Bubba. I agree.
Do you realize how much money that is? They were
Fortnite is Epic Games.
Epic $1 million per month.
Per month?
Making money isn't necessarily a bad thing, because Blizzard were already doing so way before Activision entered the image. But when your #1 priority is to be profitable, it shifts the focus from making the world of Warcraft.
Relax. We're not even at the bad part yet.
Of Warcraft. And this matters because suddenly the game and the people developing it had metrics and targets to reach.
No, the target logo.
Wasn't up to Chris Metzen all alone anymore.
Chris Metzen, why? Why did this happen?
Suddenly, the content that was made and released with the patches was more focused on keeping you playing with daily and weekly chores.
Ouch.
But even worse, microtransactions were also introduced. Now, the first purchasable mount, the Celestial Steed, was priced at $25.
25 real life dollars? How many months of WoW does that buy you, bro? At least one, depending on how long. I remember it used to be like $30 per month. So it would be like $1 a day to play WoW. They're scamming you. Look at this freaking gay ass mount.
And according to a former Blizzard developer, it ended up making more money than StarCraft 2 would ever make. Think about that for a second.
The horse?
And Activision.
The gay horse made more than StarCraft? Oh, dude, no wonder they made everything gay and annoying. Damn, bro.
Were really good at making money indeed. But they weren't the only ones who had noticed how much money that World of Warcraft was printing. The entire gaming industry wanted a piece of the pie. One by one, new MMOs started appearing. Star Wars: The Old Republic, at the time one of the most expensive video games ever made.
That's Disney, right?
Warhammer Online, Rift, Wildstar, and even Final Fantasy.
Never played any of those.
One of them was released.
Never played any of those games. Oh yeah, dude. It made more money than an entire real game. Just the stupid little mount. I can't believe that, bro. Why do people pay for shit? It's so annoying. Why are you paying for shit when you could just play the game? Hi, Proctor. How you doing? Welcome in. I don't know how my first React stream is going. I'm getting tilted immediately. WoW players are at fault for modern slop. I mean, how are they at fault if the Activision guy already was printing money with his other shit, and then he just buys Blizzard and just does the same thing? Heat death. Dude, my AC is broken too. I'm so sad. Stop Stop that. Stop that right now. No! Stop that right now. Ay, ay, ay. Now there's ESO, which is going bye-bye. Bye-bye! League of Legends. Nerds love big number games. I need to make my big number go even bigger.
Some of the player base would hype it up to be a potential WoW killer, but essentially nothing could recreate the magic of World of Warcraft.
Nothing.
Star Wars lost so many subscribers, it went free to play within a year. Wildstar got shut down, and Final Fantasy, it never really took off. Well, until later, but I'll get back to that. No WoW killers actually killed the game, and it was dominating its competition, essentially crowning it the king of the MMO genre. But as Chris Metzen wrote in his own story arc,
no king rules forever, my
son.
As Blizzard had just peaked its subscribers with the conclusion of its storyline of Wrath of the Lich King, something was about to go terribly wrong.
Was it Wrath of the Lich King? Because I remember that people didn't really like Wrath of the Lich King for some reason or another. Is that why it was going to go terribly wrong? I don't know. I don't think so. Gonna die on Fuji next weekend? Dude, it's way too hot to be climbing Mount Fuji. What are you doing? Is it still hot at the top? It's probably cold at the top, yeah? Wrath was really good. You're thinking Kata. Maybe. I just don't like change. Anytime they add stuff, it makes me sad. I'm a boomer and I don't like change.
You see, changing the focus from creating a world to
changing! I don't like change!
Never go unnoticed by your own player base.
Correct.
And the players, well, they just wanted the magic back.
Have you ever thought about
Thank you for subscribing on YouTube. Welcome in.
Previous expansions as they were then.
Oh god, I hate this freaking video.
Very brave
oh, I hate this video.
To enter BlizzCon's Q&A and ask the Blizzard team directly if they would ever reintroduce a classic version of the game. But
we need to invent a time machine and go back and explode whoever said no.
No.
That man needs to be exploded right now. Computer, explode that man's dick right now.
Either.
Immediately.
You do, but you don't.
You think you do?
The link of trust between the developers and the players. Slowly but surely, the player base's frustration only grew bigger.
Does he still work at WoW? Explode that man's PNR.
A long rant about why I hate World of Warcraft currently.
So young.
You can legitimately get to level 100 in a day. A fucking day.
That's how I feel.
Everyone wants to love World of Warcraft so fucking badly, and it's just so hard. It's just this stupid fucking deformed
Is he on a
piece of
porch?
shit.
But it wasn't just.
I think he's on a porch. He was on a porch, right? He was so young then, bro. Hi, Reset. How you doing? Thanks for taking attendance. Bold of you to assume that guy has a PNR after saying no. That's true. We can't assume these days whether or not people have PNRs. Because sometimes they act like they should, and they don't.
Players who were struggling.
Leveling is the best part of Classic. I agree.
The very own people who had created the
journey
were starting to struggle as well. By the release of the expansion Mr. Pandaria, Chris Metzen, the heart and the soul of the game, had started showing early signs of disagreeing with the direction of the game and Activision Blizzard.
Sure, it's a job. Sure, we got a company to run, we got a product to put out.
Shit in that, guys.
That's not the point.
He confided in an open interview that one of his greatest fears were to let down the Warcraft fans.
Too late.
He feared that people hated the game that they had made.
Too late.
And he dishonored the brand and the company behind it. He felt like a victim of the split focus within Blizzard to make money, as he described in his own words, falling into a trap and cycle of performance.
Oh yeah, I know how it feels to, you know, underperform in a really important time. You know, I get performance anxiety every once in a while too, you know, it happens. It happens to the best of us.
2016, Chris Metzen resigned from his role at Blizzard due to extreme
2016.
burnout. But he didn't just leave
that was
Blizzard
a long time
and the
ago.
game behind. He also left the player base behind.
You
see,
Chris Metzen, why have you forsaken us? We are forsaken.
They kept releasing expansion upon expansion, built to keep its players playing and sell copies. But the subscriber count would just still keep dropping. Eventually, Blizzard just stopped telling us what their subscriber numbers were.
Oh no! No! Hi, 5 idiots. Welcome to YouTube chat. How you doing? There are pills to help you with that, you know. You know, I would rather go au naturel than have to take a pill. Thank you for the lurk, Moonshine.
All hope for the game. Something had been going down in secret.
Secret?
These supposedly MMO killers had been
You know what they say about
left
secrets.
and right to push Warcraft off of its pedestal. It turns out that the actual threat wasn't any of them. 30 hardcore WoW fans who had been playing since the release of the classic
threat was
game in
the 30
2004
hardcore WoW
had
fans?
taken it upon their own hands to give the players what they actually wanted. Illegally, they had built a duplicate version of the old game and ran a publicly available server
Blizz-like
for free
leveling.
called Nostalrius. And the
Ooh.
server, well,
I've
it
never
was
heard of this
literally
before.
packed with people who had quit
Ooh.
Blizzard's version of the
Ooh.
game to play the game that had the magic that they fell in love with.
I never
In
heard of this
over a
before.
year, Nostalria's reached close to 1 million created accounts and over 150,000 active monthly players.
I've heard of Turtle WoW, and I've heard of the other one that was still around until recently, but I've not heard of Nostalrius. I mean, it makes sense, nostalgia, and then you gotta add a little fantasy flair to it, so yeah.
Even the biggest...
I'm in 2 places at once! I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna beat you. And Blizz hated them. Of course Blizzard hated people playing on a different server than the ones that they were offering, because that means that they don't get the money from it.
Warcraft streamers such as SodaPuppin was playing on the Nostalria servers when he wasn't streaming, ultimately showing to Blizzard
when he wasn't streaming. Oh, is it because Twitch doesn't like when people do things illegally? So technically, if you were streaming Classic WoW at the time where Classic WoW didn't exist, then you were doing something illegal, right? Damn, so he had to stream it and play his off time? That's hilarious.
Blizzard that the real threat to World of Warcraft was its own former self. But because this was an illegally
You changed
built server,
World of Warcraft.
and Blizzard owned the IP, they just without much hesitation sent a cease and desist to shut down the server, which meant that once again, the players were very discouraged and felt more frustrated than ever.
They literally ran it
Lawfare
for just the love of the game, as JonTron puts it. And you literally went out of your way and you got them shut down.
When was this? He's so young in this. He still has that same sweater, does he not? I feel like I've seen a clip of him recently on Twitter with the same sweater.
It was your game. That was so good.
But then something incredible happened.
It's like a decade ago.
Every single serious gamer played World of Warcraft at least once in their life. Blizzard would make a ton of money.
Does that mean I'm a gamer?
People would come back if these servers were made and released.
I
To
did.
convince Blizzard
I came
to
back.
finally listen, the players had realized they needed to do the
What a bloody clone. He could have just streamed terrorist propaganda and been fine.
No, I don't know if they could do that back in the day. There's like one exception for one person that could do that.
market research for Blizzard, showing the potential money that
Market
they could
research.
make off of re-releasing the classic
Yes,
game.
that's
And
what we
a petition
need.
was made, and it got signed by 280,000 people. It
That's
even
a lot
got
of money.
featured on BBC. Now,
BBC! Oh, hello. Hello, Bananero. Thank you for the follow. I hope you enjoy your stay.
former WoW lead Mark Kern, he personally carried close to 10,000 of its pages
Kern?
into the official Blizzard HQ. And the Nostalrius team actually reached out to Blizzard to offer their help, saying that they would come on board to build the game with them. So Blizzard invited them in, and they met. But it was never disclosed what was said at the meeting, which to the
Did they sign an
players made it
NDA?
even worse. When
I really
Blizzard
hope
afterwards
they
just
didn't sign an
decided to
NDA.
say nothing. For
Nothing?
a year and a half, nothing.
Wow, LARPer. Did not pick a name yet. Dude, pick a name and then call me a LARPer, man.
Until November 3rd, 2017.
I want to take a minute. And I want to talk about
2017.
What? No. No. No way. No way. Ice cream is one of my favorite desserts. But I understand that for some of you,
Look how long his ponytail
your
is.
favorite flavor is vanilla. No way.
Wow. Mic drop. Mic drop.
Holy fuck. Oh, Jesus.
This must have been crazy.
Did you see they announced classic service?
We're doing that again. We agreed we were going to do that again.
I just want to make sure you knew.
I could not believe that it would be announced.
So I just watched the announcements. Dude, I lost it. Oh, I started.
Dude, I wasn't on Twitter back in the day. This must have been nuts. This must have been like World War III. This must have been World of Warcraft 3 at this point with this announcement. But then those private servers also didn't stop right away, right? I thought they were still around until recently, correct? Husband Gold didn't change at all. His hair is like a little longer in the back, right? It's a little bit longer. I mean, this kid didn't change either. They look exactly the same. Same sweater and everything. I don't know. I like when things don't change. I don't like change, man. I want to see my same streamers do the same thing over and over again for every day of my entire life until I die. Why are we changing things, man?
Tearing up.
Jay
He got
Allen
greasier,
Brett, the very
yeah.
same guy who had gone out on stage to say that they would never release Classic and that we as the player base think we want it, but we don't.
Listen, he doesn't get his penis back. We exploded his penis for saying that. He doesn't get it back just because he took back the decision, okay? Just because he was the guy that said no, and then he's like, actually, I'm sorry, you guys were right. He doesn't get his penis back for that. He was wrong from the beginning, and he was gonna stay wrong.
He went out on stage again
Yes!
at BlizzCon
Exactly!
to reveal that World of Warcraft Classic was finally being re-released,
Yay!
and the community went crazy for it. As it was released, streamers flocked to play WoW, and even veteran players returned to feel that same feeling they had back in 2004.
Me, for real.
It broke
On
the
God, no
launch day
cap.
Twitch records with 1.1 million viewers on release day.
Dang, look how
And Blizzard
Twitch used to
finally
look.
saw their subscriber count just go up, as it was, according to their own financial statements, the biggest quarterly subscription increase they had ever seen. There's
Wait a
just
second. I
one
thought they were stopping.
massive
They didn't tell
problem.
you the numbers. I thought they were not telling us the numbers anymore. They just said biggest quarterly massive number, big massive number. And you just believed them? I mean, it makes sense. There's a lot of concurrent players or whatever.
With re-releasing an old game, you see, it was living on borrowed time. No matter how you looked at it, it is still a re-release of an old game. And come the final patch of that game, Blizzard didn't have its soul at the steering wheel, Chris Metzen, which meant that when players were still actively playing the classic game,
But I mean,
the decision for where to go with World of Warcraft Classic had to be made by someone else.
I mean, if you don't change it, then why does Chris Metzen have to come back? If the game stays the same, there's no need for him to come back and change anything, or for them to change anything. Just leave it. Just leave it. People have add-ons. They can do whatever they want to do, okay? Have you had the chance, would you start streaming right at the start of Twitch? Oh, no, I don't know. I don't think so. I would be way too young. I don't think I'd be allowed to stream in any case. 2004 was the year I was born. You were born in 2004? Dude, Cannon, I thought you were like 42. I don't know why you came off in chat as like a 42-year-old to me. I don't know. He was kind of right. Player base was cancer. Player base was cancer? Wow, player base was cancer? You mean they are? They are cancer, me included?
Now enter Holly Longdale, the brother.
No! Take this woman off my screen! Take this woman off my screen! Immediately!
Holly had came directly from EverQuest, the same game that the original developers of WoW had taken inspiration from, which sparked a hope in the community.
No!
But the thing is just that her role at EverQuest wasn't connected to building an immersive world.
You don't say! You don't say!
It was something else. You see, under her decade-long tenure at EverQuest, she was in charge of re-releasing old versions of the game almost annually, each time with some added twist or a quality of life improvement.
No, dude, I'm so tired of women coming in and adding their twist to classic media. Bro, why? Why the hell do we have to take Snow White and make it a feminist movie? That makes no sense. Why are we taking EverQuest and making a little classic spin on it? No, stop putting your stupid little womanly spin on things, man. That's what makes things bad. I'm tired.
Recycle old content and sell copies, which is why when she joined Blizzard, Activision Blizzard went on to let Holly do what Holly does best. And that's when they announced that they would re-release the Burning Crusade Classic, just with extra vanity items to pay for. And
kills myself.
Even seasonal servers, like they had done with EverQuest, came to life in World of Warcraft.
In mowing the lawn,
Cagdar will ride in a wheelchair. No! Feminists coming in to give their own twist. Decade-old franchise ruined. Immediately. Why the hell are we allowing this? Where are the men? Where are the men to stop the stupid women? Welcome in, Draco. Welcome to chat, by the way. I know I'm malding. I'm malding right now. I'm sorry.
The player base hoped that this would be a fresh version built on the old game that had so much magic that made it great. Eventually, of course, the disconnection to their player base caught up to Blizzard and to Holly. Because while they kept re-releasing old content, while never really making meaningful updates to the game, The players had caught eye on something else.
Hmm.
A WoW killer from the past that had come back to haunt the future of what WoW was. Final
What's this?
Fantasy XIV.
He did say we were going to come back to Final Fantasy XIV. Huh? The men have become more feminine than the women. We need to start giving all of the testosterone boosters that for some reason women are taking and giving them to men to make the world normal again. Why is this happening? Why? Have you heard of the Lego study? I have not. Lego my balls? Is that where that's going? I hope not.
That had initially failed had remade their own game, and it was full of soul, as the creator behind it was a hardcore MMO player himself.
True.
Final Fantasy offered the
That guy
WoW
looks
players
sick.
a game that was built for gamers by gamers, like World of Warcraft once had been. And this caused a mass exodus from
WoW
World of Warcraft
refugees.
by both players and huge
Oh,
streamers.
damn, even
But
Aspen
here's the
played it?
sad truth. Because
That's
whenever
a lot
Blizzard
going on.
lost its players to
Cool.
a game like Final Fantasy or a private server like
Wait.
they were literally
What does he mean by a game like Final Fantasy? What is he trying to say with that? You know, a game like one of those games that those people play? You know, those people?
being told the same thing. We don't want new. We want what was lost.
Exactly!
And either Blizzard just
Get this
couldn't
woman
do
off my
it or
screen!
actively chose to ignore it. Because they were still trapped between the split focus of hitting quotas and keeping the players happy. But now there was a sale to Microsoft on the table, which meant that of course the numbers had to look good no matter what. So instead of rebuilding the world, they essentially just doubled down on the strategy of chopping down World of Warcraft Classic into several different versions of the old game. Seasons of Mastery,
Chop it up,
Seasons
chop
of
it up.
Discovery, Hardcore, and Era.
Hardcore.
Each one spiked and then faded a little faster than the last.
That's okay.
And selling game copies
That's
built
okay,
on a feeling
man.
of nostalgia won't last.
Life. That's life, man. Life has its peaks and valleys. Just like video games have their peaks and valleys. Just how like everyone goes and they play Minecraft for a month religiously and then they put it down for a few months and they go back to it every few months. You're like, oh, maybe I want to play a little Minecraft again. It's just like that, man. People just have their peaks and valleys in the games that they want to play. Why are we acting like this is such a freaking end of the world scenario? It's not. It's not.
Forever. They had taken a mirror of what once used to be World of
Ooh,
Warcraft
I like the way
and
you said
just
that.
shattered
A
into
mirror?
different pieces, hoping that the players wouldn't realize it is
A
literally
petition
the same
for
glass.
Oshi to join Blizzard. We need to fight fire with fire, women by women.
Yeah, women can hit women. I'm gonna start throwing punches. I'm gonna start throwing haymakers immediately. Equal rights, equal lefts. Boom, boom. Right, left.
The man who set all of this in motion, well, he didn't really have to watch it break, because Microsoft bought the company, and Bobby Kotick just sailed off with a fortune while
Look at that no neck having bitch. Get out of here, Bobby Kotick. Bobby no dick. No, I'm sorry. That was mean. That was mean. That was mean. I'm sure he's a fine gentleman when it doesn't come to World of Warcraft. Can't wait for Classic Anniversary. Rather the Lich King. Bobby no bitches? That's a good one. Obviously not 100% of the time, but that's the trend. Yeah, turning little toys into little versions of themselves. Girl Legos are designed to be mixed and matched with traditional Legos, almost all specific characters. Huh? Well, I don't understand what it is about the way that girls play with toys is different from the way that boys play with toys, right? Girls will take like a G.I. Joe and they'll put him in the kitchen and they'll make him cook, you know? But boys understand that G.I. Joe is meant to be a soldier, you know? Boys understand that Barbie is meant to be at the pool. There's for some reason, women will take everything and make it womanly. But men understand that there's a purpose for things, you know? Like, boys will take the fire truck and put firemen in it and then put out fires. But girls will take the fire truck and they will take the fire truck to the grocery store and they'll fill the fire truck with groceries and bring it home. And then they do their little cooking game, you know? That's it. That's how it is. Hi, Pink. Welcome in. Thanks for taking attendance.
The entire industry applauded him for turning World of Warcraft into a machine that just printed money. But with the supposedly villain finally gone, so surely the magic could come back now, right?
No, you still have a woman! You still have a woman there! Get her out of here!
Or something genuinely unexpected happened.
Hello, Patuka. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. That's actually a way of looking at it I never thought of. It's just...
Something
Just
that would
true.
surprise even the old school veteran players and those who had left to play another
That analogy was amazing. I don't know. I just it's just how I feel. It's just how I feel and what I see.
game, because Blizzard had one more card up their sleeve.
There may very well be a job posting up soon on the Orgrimmar Warboard, and if there is, we'll call you.
What? Who's he talking to? Oh shit. Okay. Maybe there's a chance.
They had
Maybe
realized
there's a
they
chance.
could no longer recreate the magic that made the game
Hi,
so
Thalen.
special.
Welcome in.
So they broke their in case of emergency glass and called back the heart and soul himself.
Please welcome my friend and the executive creative director of the Warcraft universe.
Oh shit.
Chris Metzen.
You know why she said my friend, right? It's to soften her own like picture in our heads. Because if oh, I'm friends with Chris Metzen. You guys like Chris Metzen, right? You guys must like me too then, because he likes me and I'm his friend. Come on, guys. You like me, right? Chris Metzen's here. He's my friend. My friend. Yeah. Okay, lady, why don't you talk about his achievements? Why don't you talk about his crowning achievements and what makes him an awesome person instead of my friend? Women making everything about themselves again.
They're bringing him back.
You know they didn't call him. Dude, on their knees, hands in their palm, faces in their hands.
I never thought I would see this again.
The king had returned.
He's my
to
friend
save his kingdom,
achievement.
and for
Yeah.
the first time in many years, there were finally real hope. But it didn't take long for this whole illusion to shatter, because both the company and the game he returned to wasn't at all the same anymore.
We want everybody to be able to play WoW. I just want to bring it to
Venom,
as
Venom.
many people.
No, you don't want everyone to play WoW. Dude, you don't want that. If you want everyone to do something, you're stupid. Those are my Crocs, but I can't wear them with this model, so it's just my feet. This is so sad. Dude, I don't understand that. If you want everyone to like something, it means you want no one to like it. Like, shit, I did it again. Where is she? Where is this woman? Ow, you guys are breaking my shit, bro. Stop, pause. Enough. Are we near the end? Oh my god, we're near the end of this video. It is Modelo. All right, I understand. I broke it, but that's fine. Toothpick legs. I'm a cow. Hello, Yumiyu. Thanks for taking attendance. Welcome in. Okay. Let's calm down. Let's finish this video first, and then I'll rant.
To be able to play WoW. I just want to bring it to as many people as possible. And that means, evolving what Warcraft means, what it is, and where it's going. We want it to be approachable.
Today, both the Horde and the Alliance can easily play together, whether that's raids, dungeons, PvP. I mean, they can even join the same guild and with
Ow.
that, it's become...
Hang on. They can play together? I didn't know this. Horde and Alliance are playing together now? What is this marriage? What is happening?
Less about war and much more about art.
You're joking.
And aesthetics.
You're joking.
Some players call it the
Oh my-
Disneyfication of World
It's
of
sick.
Warcraft.
It's sickening.
How do you go from being the greatest game of all time to now not even want to stand by your name?
Even with Chris Metzen,
Disgusting.
Sometimes he's like, man, I wish we hadn't called it Warcraft.
Oh god, I hate this woman so much.
Sounds kind of intimidating.
Did you catch it? Because this isn't according to Holly, her own words. This is actually something Chris has said.
No.
That he wished they didn't call it Warcraft. Chris Metzen has entirely changed his perspective.
Oh shit. Congrats. Sounds intimidating. Alliance and Horde are what? They're combined, they're allied to beat demons, but the Horde uses demons. Warlocks summon demons. I don't understand this, man.
The story that he's writing, meaning that it's no longer supporting the core concept of what made WoW so good, which is war and conflict between the two factions. And the reason why they don't even want to call it Warcraft anymore is because that the name itself is actually a promise, Warcraft. And the people who are designing the world now,
I like that he added this woman when he said the people that are deciding this world.
well, they don't want to keep that promise anymore because the promise was made by an entirely different group of people. If you take out the war, well, all that's really left is just scenery. But of course, in today's day and age, for Blizzard to split the player base in half, make sure that they can't even talk to each other, and let strangers in the Barrens ruin each other's evening on purpose.
What do you mean ruin each other's evening on purpose? That's the best part. That's the best part. Oh my god.
That idea dies within 5 minutes in any design meeting today. We
Oh my
even heard
God.
Jeff say that back then it was a controversial decision, but Alan believed in it so much
Alan!
that they just had to go forward with it. But at Blizzard,
You can
there's
play
not
house
really
in
anyone
Warcraft.
left to fight for the war. Clearly,
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Hang on, snooze this ad for 5 minutes. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Why is there house? Why are we playing house in World of Warcraft? See, this is what happens when you add women to video games. They take the video game and they make it a woman game. Why are we playing house? Why am I cooking in my little house and putting furniture out in World of Warcraft? That's what happens. The women, they took the freaking fire truck, right? They took the fire truck with the firemen in it fighting fires and they made it into the freaking mom van, okay? That's what's happening. I hate this. I hate this.
really not even medicine. And that is why that there will never be another World of Warcraft.
Kills myself immediately. Dude, that's insane. That's insane. I can't. Okay, first of all, DVD cover immediately before I dox myself. I don't understand why we have to do this. We have to do this to every game. We have to do this to every franchise. We have to do this to everything that people like. They take it, they remaster it, and they make it worse.
More women to play. Make it like The Sims.
Yeah, if women wanted to build their houses and like add marriage to big cow men like they like to do these days, then they should have just played The Sims. They should mod The Sims to add minotaurs so that they can go ahead and milk them. Whatever. I don't care. Whatever women want to do. They can do it on their own time. But I want to fight. I want to play World of Warcraft. I want to get ganked in Barrens at level 10 by the Rogue on the Alliance over and over and over again until someone can come and help me. But no, now we have to freaking have houses and we have to love each other and we have to kiss and we have to like smooch every day and the freaking, what is it? The advertising looks like a PowerPoint video like that Disney put out in 2 seconds. Pet battles. Okay. All right. And your pets don't even get mad at you anymore. You're like your hunter pet. You can just treat your pet like shit and they don't run away. That's crazy. I'm crashing out. Have you seen the housing trailer? I don't want to. I don't want to. See, that's the thing. I want to just pretend in my own little head that classic is all that we have and that's all that we need and that's all that we get. Because classic was the best part of World of Warcraft. I want to play Warcraft now. I want to play the actual game, Warcraft, just to see what happens. You know, you can buy the houses with real money. See, that's another thing. Women want it so easy. People want to make it so easy on themselves. They just want to throw money at shit, make it easy. And they take out any little sense of friction. We need friction in video games so that we can feel like we achieved something. That's something that people don't do anymore, man. Like, why can't we achieve? Why are we not allowed to achieve things anymore? Why does everything has to be so easy, you know? Like the fact that you can just pay to get to level 100 instead of actually going through and doing the thing that is the game. Like, why do people not want to play a game anymore? You know? It's crazy. It's too much for me, I think. It's dumb. It's dumb and annoying and gay and stupid. And I want real video games again. Make video games awesome again. Okay? Okay. All right. Ad break time. I didn't think it would take me an hour to watch a 20-minute video. I have a 40-minute video that I want to watch. I have a 40-minute video that I want to watch by G-Bay, because G-Bay is playing Classic for the first time. And he's doing an amazing job at like explaining why Classic is so good. So we're going to go from the bad to the good. We start with the bad news and we go to good news, okay? Anyway, I'm gonna run the 3-minute ad. Take this time, use the restroom, get a drink of water, do what you have to do to keep yourself comfortable, keep yourself safe, KYS, if you must, and I'll see you after the ad break. We'll be back in 3 minutes. 3 minutes. We're playing words. We're playing words. That's all we need right now. That's what we need in this time of trial and tribulation.
Oh my god, nobody panic. An ad is starting.
That's a react stream for you. Adds unnecessary features. Why is my game dying? Why is my game dying? Redacted parasites. We're not allowed to call people cockroaches, right? Zinc! Do you guys take your zinc? It's good for your bones, right? That's what they say. Haikyuu is a good anime. Hello, Static. How you doing? Good to see you. Zinc is good for what? Huh? Huh? I'm gonna get the other video up. Where is it? I put it in my watch later list. It's somewhere. Oh no, why's my watch later look like this? This is really bad. Watch later. Okay. Jibei 99. Here he is.
Alright, so when you're someone who's...
Yep. My boy Jibei. He makes me like WoW. He makes me have hope in the future of WoW gaming. Hello, Teddy. Welcome to chat. Cockroach is nice compared to what I was calling them. That's good. I'm glad that we can have disagreements. Did you not know that? I don't know anything. Just assume I don't know anything. That's probably for the best. Normally, I tend to not know anything. You're amazing. Just finished the 3rd season and you're so hyped. 3rd season of Haikyuu? How's stream? It's going. I mean, I'm doing it. I don't know how well I'm doing it, but I am doing it. That's for sure. I get too heated, man. I get really upset when things are not the way that they should be. I guess that's what it's called. That's what being conservative is, right? You don't like when things change and you don't like when things aren't the way that they should be. Like, why aren't people doing the thing that is their purpose? You should be doing your purpose, you know? You should watch GTO. What is GTO? You need to tell me the acronym. Because otherwise, I'm gonna make up an acronym. Get this orangutan. Great teacher. Onizuka. What is my purpose? My purpose is to be a woman. My purpose is to make babies. My purpose is to be a good wife. My purpose is to teach the youth how to be good people. Okay? That's my purpose. Unfortunately for me, at this moment, I'm a streamer. I'm a streamer and an English teacher, so I'm doing half of that. I'm doing half of that what I'm supposed to be doing. You know how it is. Cow babies? I don't know if that's a thing that's happening, but microplastics are way better for nuts. That's what my I mean, the TV tells me. You're Jay? What is, hang on. Should I ask that question? Should I ask the Jay question? No, probably not. You could do that as a streamer. I know. But right now I have to find another job. I have a year on my job. Are the Japanese kids any good at English? No. Japanese people are like the worst at English in the Asian countries. Next to South Korea, of course. They're not good at English. I think the way that they teach them here just doesn't actually make sense if you want to learn a language. You know? J stands for Japanese. Trust me. Trust me on it. It's definitely not any... Yeah, don't say the 3-letter word for Japanese people. That's not good. What do you mean, of course? How would I know that? Yeah. What do you mean? That's how I feel. Every time you guys are like, yeah, obviously this is why it is the way that it is. No, I don't know anything, man. Same with Spanish in the States. Alright, gamers. Are you ready? Are you ready to react to a good video about WoW? Someone who's positive. Someone who understands what the game is actually about. Someone who wants the best for this game. I hope you are, because I'm gonna watch it anyway. Okay. The people who teach Spanish in the States are dog shit at their jobs. I think most teachers these days are dog shit at their jobs, but that's another story for another day. All right, let's freaking do this, gamers. G-Bay, please. I need your positivity after that hour of not positive stuff.
Alright, so when you're someone who's new to World of Warcraft like me, there is a point in your first playthrough when you come to learn that this game is almost set up to trick you. Across my first steps through Azeroth so far, I've already been through a lot, from discovering the various human starting zones, to stumbling into tragic quest lines, to tanking my first dungeon and getting a sneak peek at how deep the strategy and combat can go. By now, my journey from level 1 to 30 has taken roughly 60 hours of gameplay,
shit.
So at this point, I thought that
He's taking it really slow, by the way. This is his first time playing Classic. First time playing any character. This is his only character, is this guy. So, yeah. He's out. I think he's the only person that I've seen actually take it slow. He's not using any add-ons, I think, and then out. He's like... What is it? He got all of the professions, so he's fishing, he's cooking, he's obviously doing first aid, but then he's doing everything on his own as well. So he doesn't have like a guild or whatever that he was in. But I think that he got a guild last video, I believe, because it says here. But I would like to level in Duskwood, but I ain't playing Alliance. You can level in Duskwood if you're a Horde. You can do your best. You can try it. So yeah, he's level 30. It has taken him a long time so far. He's taking it slow. I like it. Just like me. For real, for real.
had to offer. Normally, that's the
Good night,
case,
Static.
right?
Thanks for being here.
Normally, if you sink 60 hours into a video game, you
Thank
should
you.
have a pretty good grasp of the game you're playing, but I've come to learn that is not the case for World of
Not
Warcraft.
at all, bro.
It turns out in Classic WoW, when a player hits 30 for the first time, that is the moment this game gets turned on its head, because for however big you thought the world was, now is when you are sent all across the sprawling 2 continents of
Oh, look at that! He put all the names and stuff in different colors. That's so cute.
The map to see how truly large the scale goes. However big you thought the quests were, this is when you get to see even more that send you on bigger and more important adventures than
I love
anything
Stitches. He's so
you've seen
cute.
yet. And to top it all off, this is the point when Classic WoW even managed to fix the one critique I've had for this game.
He's a human paladin, by the way, if you didn't know. Gotta go. Thank you for being here, one guy. Have a great night.
I was always sold on going all the way to 60, but my experience post 30 really showed that there's no way I can stop now. It's a story I can't wait to tell you all today, but before we get into all of
He has sponsors! He has sponsors. What do we do with sponsors? Just watch them, I guess? That's like the worst choice for Classic. I think that he was like, human is basic, right? And I think... Wait, no, he's a warrior? He's one of the ones that uses rage. Warrior, I think. I used to say rage as though I'm a druid. That's all. The only time I've ever seen the red bar is when it's rage. So I was a human paladin in Classic too. Yeah, he doesn't heal himself. He's a warrior. My bad. But yeah, last video that he made, he was like, "I'm almost to level 30. That's like halfway to 60." It's like, buddy, buddy.
that. First, okay, so today's sponsor
Sponsor!
is exciting for the channel because this video
What is this? Raid Shadow Legends?
Free-to-play game you all know and love. A game that does not have seasonal resets that
I don't know what this is.
devalue your progress. A cross-platform
Is this Raid Shadow Legends?
On mobile devices and PC.
It is!
A truly insane number of collectibles.
Congratulations, G-Bay! You got your Raid Shadow Legends sponsor. Dude, those horns are sick.
That's right. You can tell I'm a real YouTuber once again because this video is
he made it!
Legends.
He made it!
Of course, is the classic game we all know and love.
Congratulations, buddy.
By them many years ago, and I have
That's
unironically
crazy.
checked in on the game since then because I genuinely find it fun. It's the perfect game when you're stuck out in.
I've never played Raid Shadow Legends. Is it worth it?
Global event, Web of Corruption.
Apparently, it must be huge because they sponsor literally everyone.
To earn pinpoint gear and other valuable rewards. Not only that,
I don't understand what the gameplay is like.
Champion Valorant the Equalizer
Meh?
just by
Alright,
logging in
alright.
7 days in a row.
Another gacha game, I see. Yeah, it seems like you need to do dailies and
You
stuff.
don't need to wait that long for a powerful champion though. If you follow my link
Boring.
down below or scan the QR code on screen.
But
you
look
can
at the
also unlock
bazongas on that woman. That must be a good game.
right away.
The
You'll get
woman has
support from
bazongas.
Voice Action when you reach level 15. And if you are a new player, you can get
I
one
see
of the
horns
best
on a character, I'm
champions
like,
in the
ooh.
game, Grand Oak Padraig.
Might.
This guy's widely considered one
Maybe.
of the strongest legendaries in Rage.
Who's this guy?
Basically an S-tier support.
It's an auto battler. Auto battler? So you don't even have to think about it? Oh, might be good for me then. If I don't have to think about my actual fighting.
And then using code WRATH within 48 hours after your download. You actually
48 hours, so you get time.
These 6 champions on screen right now using any of their respective promo codes.
Big dog!
To get somebody else, but I would just pick Padraig because you can only choose one, and he's the best.
Your girlfriend has bazongas too, and they're real. Is your girlfriend real, or does she go to a different school?
If you have somehow not tried Raid yet, give them a shot through my link. It seriously helps support the channel.
I will try.
Thank you very much,
maybe
later. But now,
I don't know.
Back to the video.
Thank you, G-Bay. Very cool.
Our series off when I hit level 30 in Duskwood, and a guildmate messaged me letting me
level
know that
30.
I should go do the Whirlwind Axe class quest.
The Whirlwind
I was
Axe.
sad to receive this message because it meant I had other things to do before I was allowed to get back to my fishing grind.
He's just like me. I love fishing, dude. Fishing is the best thing about Classic. I might be stupid. Yeah.
Stuck at 150 and felt pretty eager to unlock whatever I needed to level further.
She lives in
Canada. To have a new task to chase, not realizing how hard this task was about to be.
Hang on, is this entire video gonna be about the Whirlwind Axe? We might be in for something. We might be in for a treat.
To wrap up any errands I had.
Fishing is the best part of WoW. It's so fun.
In particular, I spent a little bit of time trying to level my mining, blacksmithing, and also maxed out my first aid up to 150.
Dang. Okay. Good job, buddy.
I should try to not fall too far behind on the profession grind.
It's important.
While I was here running through the streets, I also tried to pick up any new quests that I saw.
So he picks up like all the quests. He picks up all the quests, and he's like, he reads the quest. And then he's like, I have to figure out where it is. Like, he doesn't use any add-ons that tell you where to go. Like, he reads it.
It was that so many of the great quests in this game start from unassuming beginnings. But after that, I finally went off to the warrior class trainer to begin.
Warrior, yeah.
A very long journey. So Wushen tells me, now that I've hit level 30, it's time for me to prove my
See, I don't even look at the names of these people.
That there's an island off the coast of the Barrens.
You've never done an actual profession? I really like doing alchemy. I like alchemy and herb picking. I love picking herbs. Maybe I should play Genshin Impact.
Meet to test their skill. I should go there and
also, by the way, I like doing alchemy because I like having potions at all times. I need potions when I panic.
Speak to the chief warrior, who will have a special challenge I'm now ready to face. He gave me some instructions on how to reach this island, but I could tell this was going to be a somewhat monumental task since none of the named places in the directions given appeared to be anywhere in the Eastern Kingdom.
Oh no!
From level 1 to 30, I've been
He's gonna take a boat.
Stuck in the first 4 human starting
Take
zones,
a boat.
all in the southern part of a single
You should play Kingdom Come? Kingdom Come Deliverance? Is that the game?
Areas were already pretty large and diverse to a point.
I do
that
gathering professions for money.
Huge on their own. It made the few times I flew up to Ironforge feel like a.
You do 2 gathering professions? Like mining and herb picking? And that's it? You don't do the thing on your own? Yay. Good job. That was a nice one. Herb picking goes crazy. Skinning and mining. Skinning and mining? You have to find the creatures too? Dude, when I was a skinning person, I would go behind everybody in the Barrens and I'm like, you gonna skin that? You gonna skin that? That's a good animal right there. And they'll just skin everybody's raptors. I was like a little vulture.
Massive trek that I thought was giving me perspective on how large the world could be. Turns out I had no idea.
Skin the rabbits?
After searching my map, I come to find the Barrens is a region off in Kalimdor, and this single zone, top to bottom, is as large as the whole distance from Stormwind to Ironforge.
Oh shit!
This is
I didn't know that.
Zone. I take a flight up to Menethil Harbor, where I remembered from ages ago that one NPC mentioned boats here sail.
Boats! Yeah. Watch the blood flow. Watch the blood flow. What are you talking about? In retail, they have markers for everything. That's what I don't like. I think retail is probably not good for me because there's too many things on screen at all times. You're picking flowers always. That's nice. You're picking flowers and you're fishing. Very cute.
Off to Kalimdor, and all along this flight path, I was feeling intimidated that
I love
I'm
the
about
flight
to go
paths.
to
I
a
love
zone that's
just
as
looking
big
at
as
everything.
this whole trek my Griffin is taking. When I finally landed, I walk over to the docks, and after waiting around for a while for the wrong boat that would have taken me to a night elf zone,
Rookie
I
move.
eventually head over and wait alongside some other players where a ship finally arrives, everybody boards, and we set off to Kalimdor. Now, honestly, this
I love
trek
being on
was kind
boats.
of exciting for me because, as you may remember from episode 1,
I
one
remember.
of the few criticisms I've had of Classic WoW so far is that it doesn't really feel like enough of a follow-up to Warcraft 3. Everything that happened with the human.
Right, he played Warcraft 3, and then he's like, maybe I should play World of Warcraft. So he started with Warcraft, and then he played Retail a little bit, and then he played Classic. And I think playing Classic after playing Retail is like, it must be such a breath of fresh air, because like Retail throws you in the middle of this absolute clusterfuck. But Classic is like, you're just a guy. Go get me some wool from those dudes over there. Can you help me with that? That'd be great.
Human race specifically in that game was fascinating, from the culling of Strathhome to Jaina fleeing to Kalimdor to whatever the hell came of Dalaran after Arthas murdered everybody. I was coming to WoW hoping that I would get to meet some old friends or see familiar places, but so far most of my time in this game has been spent in or around Stormwind, which is a city that I had never even heard mentioned once before in the Warcraft universe. That's why sailing from Menethil to Kalimdor for the first time and setting foot.
That was weird. No one on that boat was killing each other. No one on that boat was trying to stab the other person. That was odd. There wasn't a druid in bear form just jumping around the ship. That's strange. That's interesting. Hi, Soggy. Welcome in. How does one send REACTSLOP? You can join the Discord and send it in suggestions, and then maybe next time I'll watch it.
On Theramore Isle.
High trust society. High trust boat.
Walking at the outpost, wondering if this was the human camp that Jaina set up after the prophet chose her to lead humanity across the sea to go and fight Archimonde. I don't want to be too much of a lore nerd, but it feels so good to finally get what looked like my first real nod to the game that sold me on WoW in the first place. As I leave the safety of Theramore, entering Dustwallow Marsh,
You can't be attacked in these zones if you aren't flagged for PvP. PvP! You see, the problem is, I'm bad at the game. I tend to be flagged for PvP all the time. Dude, I hate being killed on a boat. Being killed on a boat is the most annoying thing. Because you wait for the boat for like 10 minutes, and then you get killed on the boat as soon as you're like right about to hit the next, like the loading zone. And they wait for that. They wait to kill you right at the loading bar so that you're in the middle of the fucking ocean. And you have to walk all the way back.
Get a sense of familiarity with a nagging thought in the back of my mind that this zone has some kind of significance to me, although something I can't remember yet. I get a little spooked on my trek as I notice that there are some mobs that are way too high of a level for me to deal with them on my own. But that makes it all the more comforting when I then head further down the road and see these encampments of Alliance soldiers staffing nearby towers.
I didn't like this zone very much. This zone was scary.
Really cool things WoW does with its faction system.
There's turtles, huh?
Because the world can feel so dangerous, but certain NPCs will fight alongside you. It honestly feels like a relief anytime I see a friendly soldier nearby who will help if I ever get in a bit of trouble.
Hello, Khaled. Thanks for the follow. Welcome in. This one has good whelp farming. Whelp? That's the little dragons, right? Herb picking and accidentally killing people? Crazy combo. No, you have to herb pick so that you look unassuming. And then when people walk by you, you stab them in the throat. Okay, that's how it works. If you're a rogue.
I am quite nervous running through some of these areas, and I feel
yes, dude, the raptors here are huge.
Come across the horizon.
The raptors are way too big.
The street signs that point me toward the Barrens, as well as a sign specifically noting something called the Shady Rest Inn.
Shady.
If this is a place I might want to set my Hearthstone. After many minutes of hiking, I come to a fork in the road where it looks like the Horde have their own encampment further down. I can only assume that's what these banners signify, and that marks the first point when I realize that I don't think I've seen a Horde player in my playthrough yet. Shortly after this,
he's been hanging out.
When I come across the Shady Rest
He's
Inn,
level 30, hasn't seen a Horde player yet?
What happened here?
Oh, no.
There has to be a story behind this place. I doubt the inn would have had all these signs pointing me toward it. If there wasn't any significance, I'll have to keep an eye out for any sort of quest.
See, this is what I like about Jive. He thinks. He's thinking. He's like, there's a reason that they put this here. Like, why is this here? If they didn't need to put this burnt down inn in the middle of nowhere. Why would they do that? So he doesn't even have a quest to come here and pick anything up off the ground yet. He's just thinking about it. He's thinking ahead. He's like, oh yeah, this is interesting. Why is this place burned down? There's all these signs pointing to it. He's thinking big picture, man.
Associated with this place from here on. Further down the road, though, is where I finally make it to the outskirts of the Barrens, and
yay!
It really is as intimidating in size as the map suggests.
It's
Most
barren
of the mobs
too.
here are such low levels, they're not really a threat, which gives me some comfort in exploring. So I start heading toward the coastline to scan the horizon.
That's the opposite of my experience.
But before I get there, I stumble across a human.
Those
fort,
pigs.
which I figure
Those pigs every time are so scary. Baron? Maybe I should call her. Are you Baron? Oh no. Have you lost your potency?
I should go explore.
Winter, Spring, Swamp of Sorrows, Shimmering Flats, the best. Shimmering Flats? Shimmering Flats? Are you crazy? Maybe I'm thinking of the salt place with the little racetrack. Is that what I'm thinking of? That place sucks. I hated that place. Worst place ever. I hated it there. I hated having to go there. You had to walk all the way there. The worst. Baron's chat.
Flight point or something to make future travel easier. Except when I search
I like saying slurs in Baron's chat. It makes everyone really upset.
this encampment, I realize there's not really anything for Alliance players
Easiest,
here,
chillest leveling.
which must mean that this is a place for Horde players to
Heck yeah.
go and do quests
Horde,
fighting the
Horde.
Alliance. There was something about realizing this that got me feeling giddy. Seeing NPCs that are on my side in a war that I know enemy players will be specifically hunting down is so interesting as a gameplay mechanic.
I will
if was
hunt
playing
you.
WoW as a kid and this was
I should
a PvP
find him
server,
and kill
I bet I
him
would just
in
be
game.
hiding out here for hours waiting for Horde players to be sent on whatever quests so I could go and gank them. That's actually one thing that I feel kind of sad about with my playthrough. I've been able to experience so much of the glory of WoW's golden era by playing vanilla, but I'll never really get to experience however popular the world PvP was back in the day. Anyway, upon realizing there's
Dude, those like clusterfucks of people killing each other, those were always so fun.
here, I follow the
Even just to
coastline
look at.
try and
Even if I
find
wasn't
some
even
kind of
like in the middle of it, you know, I would just look at it. Like, I would be like over here in the middle of nowhere, just looking, looking at it. Counter stream snipe. Yeah, he's a YouTuber though, so he's not streaming. It would just be me killing him for no reason.
world PvP was back in the day. Anyway, upon realizing there's not
You
much
should
for
do
me
a
to
laugh,
do
you
here,
lose, Soshi.
I should do a you laugh, you lose. I would just lose. I don't know what you laugh, you lose would mean. I just laugh at everything. Blizzard could have those huge populations again if they actually make Classic Plus. Isn't there, like, more and more rumors about Classic Plus every day? You like to watch? Okay, alright, let's make it weird now. Hey! Hey, fine, whatever. I don't care. Whatever.
I follow the coastline
Would you
to
look
try and
at
find
that?
some kind of inn to set my Hearthstone or another flight
He
point
really
so I
wants
don't
to
have
set his
do this
hearth.
walk on foot again. When I come across my first ever Horde player, seeing this level 11 undead.
Don't kill him,
Jaws
don't kill him,
gives
don't
me
kill him.
A sense of conflicting emotions. On the one hand, I wanted to wave, say hi, tell him
wants
that
to kill
he's
him.
the first Horde player
Stab
I've ever
him, stab him,
seen,
stab
but
him.
On the other hand, I was just fantasizing about this. If I was on a PvP server, I know I would absolutely try to kill him.
Oh, he's not on a PvP server? I didn't even
I'll
realize.
just do it for the love of the game. Getting
Yes.
your first PK is always a big rite of passage when playing a new MMO. Since this is a PvE server, though, Jaws was spared, and I kept heading north until I found a little
Oh, yeah, he's on a
town where
PvE
I could
server.
set
Dang
my
it.
Hearthstone and pick up my first new flight path on Kalimdor. This town was pretty fascinating on its own. It seemed to be run by goblins who aren't hostile.
Goblin D's nuts.
Style toward me, but I'm also seeing other Horde players around, which must mean it's a kind of neutral site where both Alliance
His first
and
neutral
Horde are
zone.
welcome. The dynamics of Alliance versus Horde are already so interesting as a gameplay mechanic.
Explains the
so
both.
seeing there are also
Yeah.
neutral races that I presume are playing both sides of the conflict for the sake of profit.
No, David, it's okay. I made a joke about that earlier. It's okay. I made the joke. It's my fault.
Sort of like the smugglers in the Dune universe. That just makes the
Don't worry.
dynamics of interracial conflict all the more fun. Okay, wait.
Hello,
I didn't mean for it
Atlantis. Welcome to
sound
YouTube
like
chat.
that. Anyway, after gawking over all this, I eventually
Gawking!
realized that this town
See?
is named
He likes to
Ratchet,
watch
which
too.
was part of the directions
Ratchet.
Lucian gave me. Not long after, I was swimming to a few different islands before I finally found the one I was searching for.
There's
expecting my
dangerous
long quest
things in
for
that
this
water,
whirlwind
Jibe.
axe was about to come to an end. Upon arriving, I meet up with Clannock MacLeod, who introduces the Affray to me, a challenge where
I like STV, but I get burnt out on it. There's so much to do in Stranglethorn that I think after a while you kind of just have to go fishing in Darkshore. that's my modus operandi. I like to go and I get the oily blackmouth bass if I'm feeling too burnt out on my quests.
warriors prove their worth by fighting their
I
way
miss
through a
Stranglethorn.
series of foes, culminating in a final boss named Big Will. I head over to the fight pit to take down the challengers, who don't seem too tough, as the first few are just around levels 26 to 27. It is a little bit tricky because I'm not given much time to heal before fighting the next opponent, but when one orc decides to
That's why you
be
need
a coward,
potions!
like a dirty horde member, trying to run away before I kill him, that gives
Dirty
me the chance
horde.
to reset before fighting the next group.
Oh,
Finally,
he should
I
have
get to
sat on
take
his
Big Will,
face.
a level 33, who is going to be kind of tough for my level
Big
30.
Will!
Stop retaliation and use just about every skill
I've never
I
done
have
this
to the best
before.
of my
Is this
ability,
warrior
with
stuff?
plenty of
I
health
got the
to
goking for go.
Huh?
My wife's
Huh?
boyfriend is a very lucky man.
As a as a horde, I go there to fish too. I go to everywhere to fish. I need to find a place that is good to fish for the red fish. Hello, Slimy, welcome in.
spare. The affray is over, so I walk
The
over
affray is over!
to finish my quest, anticipating this wild and raucous journey is about to come to an end, only to learn that it is in fact just beginning. Okay, so Clannock tells me that I've learned a new stance, Berserker stance.
Community fishing in WoW? Dude, that would be so cool. Can we do that?
Ra, the Wind Watcher, a troll
I will
hermit
kill you
who
if you
lives
take my
between the
loot.
Alterac Mountains and the Western Plague Lands. I open my map, foolishly
The
thinking
Alterac
that this must be
Mountains.
an area on Kalimdor not requiring that much travel.
Oh,
Only
no.
to see the
Oh,
place
no.
he's referring to is all the way back over in some of the
Oh, no.
northernmost zones in the Eastern
Poor
Kingdoms.
guy.
So I hearth back to Ratchet to take a griffin flight to Theramore, to take the boat from Theramore to
This is
Menethil, and
this is why you need the add-ons to tell you what you have to do in certain zones, so you don't have to do this back and forth so often. Like, at least an add-on to tell you what you should do in what order. And not exactly, like, where everything is would be fine, but damn, if I'm spending my time going back and forth and back and forth,
then start heading north to chart more unexplored lands. I passed through some weird, huge, half-destroyed bridge to
Guys,
make my
I spent
first
like
steps
20
into
hours
the
on this
Arathi
bridge.
Highlands,
Remember?
which is an absolutely gorgeous zone.
I died a
It's
few
also
times.
quite dangerous, as I noticed random level 42 elites wandering around.
Dude, I tried killing that guy on my own, and it took me a million years. So I would kill his ads, and then he would kill me, and then I would respawn and try to kill him before his ads came back. But it never worked, and then eventually I had to beg some higher level person to help me with it. I felt so bad.
Level to be doing this whirlwind axe quest in the first place. I keep venturing north, where at one point I see a huge human castle where I think must be another Alliance outpost.
20-hour bridge
I find
moment.
out that this place is infiltrated
Shit.
with some kind of hostile syndicate mobs. Okay, I don't
Syndicate.
know what they are or what they've got going on. Before long, I'm running
Fix
into more
it.
of them. Do they have their
Fix
own
it.
backstory like the Defias gang? I keep heading north and then come to see a massive gate that cuts the land in two, seemingly half destroyed, leaving me to wonder what the
Gate
hell
moment?
that's all about. I know Lordaeron is to the north of the Eastern Kingdoms, right? So maybe this is like some kind of wall that people
He's a
erected
nowhere.
to try and stop the Scourge back when they were waging war on everyone. Is this like Game of Thrones or something? I mean, that's a story I'd love to hear. I then enter the Hillsbrad foothills, where I find more mysterious human encampments that don't
He's in the
seem
foothills.
like
Dude, these foothills are scary as a horde player, for me. I don't know why. Hi, Orc. Cowdy, cowdy. Redfish? You mean the sun-scale salmon? I think I'm talking about the one that you can only get in Barrens. There's like a pond in Barrens where you can get this red fish for a potion. You need it for a potion. Like the really cool, super awesome potion. Deviant fish, that one.
proper towns. At least they don't have flight paths for me.
The deviance
so I
fish.
wonder what their deal is. Before then, I suddenly stumble on a giant purple marble in the middle of the
I
earth,
never knew what
which
this
I
thing
then
was
head
for.
toward to find It's Dalaran. I was just saying what happened to the city after Arthas murdered everybody.
This is what happened.
Sad that I can't go in to see it for myself, but this is
DeviantArtFish.
Okay, I keep getting distracted, and I don't want this video.
I never knew what this big orb was for.
It's turning into too many of these episodes. So I take a second.
Whoa! Thank you for those. Thank you for 35 months. I really appreciate it. Thank you for being here every stream of my life. It's very nice to have regulars, you know, makes me feel like I'm doing something right. That was Dalaran. We know now. We're knowers too. We can all be knowers.
Follow some river north where I should be able to find
As
the
someone who doesn't play WoW, it sounds like you're a bunch of old men talking about fishing.
We are. We're talking about fishing. We're talking about fishing in WoW.
I'm after. On my way, I fight some more mobs and bump into more of those syndicate guys again before eventually finding the river, heading north and coming across.
Oh, I remember watching a video about this.
Bathra acknowledges how far I've had to travel.
Should I put the fishing hat on?
Appreciate before he then says he'll help me with my quest if I go fetch some items for him. I just need to collect a few things and then he'll summon something called the Cyclonian, where
the Cyclonian
I can gain his whirlwind heart that Bathra can use to power a weapon for me.
Does he know how to cheese it? I really don't think that he knows how to cheese it. He's gonna die 16 million times to the Cyclonian. Are we gonna get a freaking montage of him dying? Oh, this is not gonna be good. This is not gonna be good.
The whirlwind axe. Now I'm gonna be honest. This whole adventure running across
nowhere is our word.
A little bit tired,
Noah.
So I didn't read the last line of his quest dialogue, telling me he was giving me a piece of parchment explaining where I could get the items I need. I had some work to do or something.
Read, so read.
And when I logged back on the next day, I hearthed back to Stormwind to try and buy whatever items were required with the fat gold stack I still had. It was nice to see that I could just buy the life root, but it was less nice to see I couldn't buy any of the other items required. And also, I hadn't picked up any flight points to get back to the troll guy, so I figured.
Oh, that hurts! That hurts! Dude, the first thing you gotta do when you get to a new place is get to the freaking Griffin Master. Oh, painful. It's painful. And the fact that he's doing this over and over again, the fact that he's going back and forth over and over again for this one quest is so sad.
That I had to go back to the troll dude, which meant another massive trek all across the world, which was somehow just as fascinating the second time around. This
Griffin Master.
A weird Forsaken convoy killed me before I then came across an Alliance outpost in Iraq.
Missing a flight path is a classic canon event. I think you're right. You only do it once. Welcome to chat, Jazzy. Yeah, you only do it once. But then it's like, also the fact that he doesn't have any add-ons to tell you that sort of thing. Because my questy thing, it tells me get the flight path. Make sure you get the flight path. So I would forget over and over and over again if it didn't tell me.
The rest of the trek, I saw some more of those syndicate on my way up the river towards the troll.
I love walking all the way to Thunderblow.
Ask him where the rest of those items were, or maybe I would just see an obvious clue.
Mr.
When I finally entered the Alterac Mountains and made it back to Bathra, that was when I saw another warrior doing the quest, which taught me the Cyclonian is such a high level, I can't even see it right now at my current level of 30.
Oh shit.
I tried to ask this level 60 who
need
was
help?
the other warrior how exactly I go about getting the other items I need, but
he's so cute! Oh, did you see that perfect, like, hang on.
Was helping the other warrior kill it.
Look at that perfect grammar! Where can I, capitalize, find the, capitalize, blood scalp tusks and essence of exile, capitalize, question mark. He's so cute!
How exactly I go about getting the other items I need, but he apparently had no clue.
I don't know.
One little hint when
I like how he's saying he because it's a girl. I saw the other day something that said, if there's a female player in a game, half the time it's a guy. But if there's a guy player in a game, it will be a guy. Because women play as women, and guys also play as women. But only guys play as guys, you know? So if it was a girl that was helping him, it might as well be a guy. Are you using live bait or fake? Are you using a tackle? I'm using the baubles. Baubles to go fishing. Okay?
Try interacting with this pot that shows some of the ingredients I need for the essence of exile, but that's as far as I get. So I go around just trying to kill nearby mobs to see if anybody drops anything, and when I can't even do that without dying, I realize I'm a bit out of my depth, choosing to
he's gonna die over and over again.
town, South Shore, which, okay, at least there's an inn here and a flight path. Let's
Good,
catch our
good.
breath and
All right, we're
reset.
learning.
Let me just go ahead and address the elephant in the room here. I am the idiot. I am the one that got distracted while playing and didn't notice I was given specific instructions of where to go to get the items I
Love a man that takes initiative and takes the blame and knows when he's wrong.
need. And it was my being an idiot that turned an otherwise incredible, fun, adventurous class quest into something that I'm about to be stuck on for a little while. Blizzard, you did nothing wrong. This was all on me. However, the good news is that this little roadblock sent me off on an adventure where I was about to discover some even more exciting
Let's
and
go.
interesting quests that were
Fight
somehow
'em.
able to top basically everything I've seen so far.
I'm masturbating at Blizzard for 6-7 years. I'm masturbating at Blizzard for 6-7
Ah, he's
years.
fishing.
I'm masturbating
He's
at Blizzard
fishing.
for 6-7 years.
There are some girls who play as guys because they find it more convenient, but those girls are gay. Those are lesbians. They don't want attention from men. That's how it works. As a rogue, I loved ambushing allies, fighting hordes of trolls. It's just too easy. It's so fun to just sneak up on people and stab them in their butt cheeks, you know? My dad asked me once why I play women in video games. I told him if I gotta stare at someone's butt for 40 to 90 hours, it's gonna be a woman. That's what I'm saying. You might as well. It's plus, listen, there's only one place where women are as strong as men, and that is in video games. Sometimes.
But I figured at this point I was going to need to level up if I wanted to get this axe that people keep talking about. I didn't want to cheat and get help from some max level guy who would just kill the Cyclonian for me.
You don't have to.
If I could help it. At the very least, I should keep playing to a point where I can find out what level the Cyclonian is. So I decided to just get back to questing, starting off by seeing what this new town of South Shore had to offer.
Oh, so he's just going to level up.
Who
okay.
Was actually a follow-up quest to that library quest from last
Lore Master Dibs?
He told
That's a fun name.
Ogres,
can I be a lore master?
Homes lost in the ruins of
I've been called the master before.
To some other citizens who also told me to go kill some ogres and turtles and murlocs roaming around nearby. One interesting quest from a magistrate of South Shore told me to go and slay some of those syndicate people I had seen earlier.
Syndicate? Sus? No, there are stronger than men when arguing. If you are losing an argument to a woman, you need to level up your argument skills, because women are not that smart. You should not be losing an argument to a woman. There's a super sweaty reason to play female orc rogue for PvP, but Huh? Female orc rogue? Is it because their sounds are different? Their vocal stems? Yes, but they don't admit when they lose. Yeah, and they make you feel bad about it too. That's the fun part.
As they were apparently suspected in assassinating the previous magistrate, this quest caught my
attention. And it goes on for weeks.
A pretty big upgrade to my belt slot as a reward, and gearing up might be something that could help me take down that Cyclonian, so I decided to go off and work toward doing that first and foremost.
But the whole reason you get the axe at 30 is so that you can level up more quickly. Silly G-Bay. But they don't use logic. How do I argue with it? You don't argue with the pigeon when you're playing chess, okay? The pigeon is just gonna knock the little chessboard over. You don't argue with women. You tell them what's right and wrong, and that's it. You don't argue with them. Have you ever thought of doing a Nuzlocke and naming the Pokemon after viewers? What is Nuzlocke? What does this mean?
After some searching, I found one
racial
of those
ability.
I
see.
passed by earlier and fought my way through, looking for the particular mobs I was meant to hunt down. But it turns out it wasn't these guys I was looking for.
Shadow Mage.
Too low level anyway. Although
he's not going to earn any XP from that.
They have some specifically named jailer here, alongside an orc that I presume is being held prisoner. That I just killed because he's part of the horde, of course. That's what a good alliance member does, right? But once again, I absolutely love this. Just like that human stronghold in the Barrens, it was so cool to see an area that is specifically not meant for me. See,
dude, this place was so scary. I don't like this place. I almost died here in hardcore many times. Sorry, I don't have the copy pasta handy. Thank you. Nuzzle wuzzles. Very, very good. Very interesting. When you turn 30, you gain an axe. Gain an axe. So you have an axe given. Huh? Oh, you're talking about how I'm old. I don't have the axe yet. No, I don't. You only catch the first Pokemon you see on a route, and if they faint, they're dead. Nope. Can't do that. I suck at Pokemon. No reason to go here if you're not a rogue. I've been here many times. I like rogues. Now, Now that I am an adult and I'm awesome and epic and based, I play rogue. I used to play druid, but everyone made fun of druid, so I felt bad about it. Pokemon self-imposed challenge. When you catch the first Pokemon you run into in a route and then name them for emotional damage, and if they faint, they're dead. You only get one Pokemon? That sounds strange.
Content I can't even participate, but that clearly does exist for a reason, just fleshes out the
Look at him
world
go,
further,
he's just running.
reminding me there are stories going on that don't have anything to do with me in Azeroth, just like in the real world. Blizzard is just so good at making their world come alive like this. Anyway, I keep on searching further to find another syndicate hold,
So good.
This one is too high level for me as I get ganked by a spy.
Ooh!
I had no idea I could get ganked by
Get
NPCs
got!
who would go invisible in this game, but it makes the threat of the world feel
Let's
pretty
go!
intense once again, especially after I die to a few ogres as I'm
He's
trying to run
dying
away.
left and right in this
A
game.
dwarf named Hawthorne that was passing
Aw,
by chooses to revive
cute.
me and helps show the way to the actual mob that I'm trying to take down. Another great community interaction, especially since he also shared with me
She's
that
an
after
English
completing
teacher,
my
not a
quest,
math teacher.
Hmm?
Math is one of her many, many weaknesses.
What do you mean? What did I do wrong this time? Huh? What did I calculate incorrectly again?
Could pick up a couple more by searching through the parchment on this table in the middle of camp. Honestly, this surprised me a bit. I can't quite remember if I've experienced this before, but seeing quests that are given out by items that don't even have a quest marker
Pokemon is math. You're right, you're right, you're right.
signifying they start a story. That's really interesting. It kind of feels like another choice from the developers to make players care about exploring the world and looking for details they would otherwise miss. One of those quests caught my attention
loves
as
lore.
apparently those syndicates had left an encrypted letter that I meant to take to a mage in South Shore. I head down to deliver it, turning in the belt quest quickly before then speaking with the mage, who tells me that he is a colleague in Ironforge who might be able to help.
Gotta go back to
That
Ironforge.
gets my blood pumping again since it's always the quest that send me across multiple regions that kick off epic narratives, which is why I naturally made a beeline to Ironforge to
Not
learn more.
Vor!
I find a colleague delivering the letter, and as this dwarf decrypts
Lore!
it, he notes it's apparently quite strange, saying I should take it back.
Fuck
to the
Ironforge.
magistrate
I fell into the
himself
Ironforge
immediately.
once.
I'm eager to do so,
Never
but
again.
before I do, I notice this guy, as well as a few other NPCs nearby, have even more quests for me. So I
Prospector.
go
Oh, he's
around
gonna take
picking
all the
them
quests.
up.
Let's
That's
go.
when I
Let's
notice
go.
I'm getting close to the cap for the amount of quests that my log can hold.
I don't think I've
This
ever done
almost
that.
freaked me out a bit. I want my playthrough to be as much of a completionist playthrough as possible.
He's trying to be a
where I see
completionist
all the
and
great
WoW?
highlights
He's Jibe. That's not possible.
that this game has to offer, but I'm also learning fast that there are way too many quests in this game for a single player to do all of them.
There you
in
go.
his first playthrough. At least if you're playing blind like me, that seems like a pretty tough task. I've learned by now that WoW has a system for its quests where not only are they color-coded based on difficulty in your log, where a red quest is something you aren't the level
Yes,
to do,
very
yellow means
difficult.
it should be a fair challenge, and green suggests you're over-leveled and it should be quite easy. But there's also a fourth color, gray, which
The
means
fourth
that you
color.
become so over-leveled that even if you go do this now, you won't get much experience. So I figured
I
that
see.
I should make a bit of a plan, and for the time being, I'm gonna go and try
Get
to
quest
complete the
mogged.
areas that I've been through already before spending
Fix them.
too much time exploring
Fix your quest
new
log,
ones.
G-Bay.
In particular, I should just go and do all the quests I already have that sound interesting.
Elite
and
quests
prioritizing
are
those
so
yellow and green
annoying.
ones I find, making sure to do them before they become irrelevant. Knocking out as many as
Irrelevant!
possible, if nothing else, will get me some levels
Irrelevant!
so I can go and kill that Cyclonian. So naturally, the first thing I
You should kill it now! You should kill the Cyclonian now! Thunder into my eyeballs. For quests, it's possible. That's how you get Lore Master title, by completing all the quests in all zones. But then how do you do it? Because there's quests in different zones that are for lower levels, and like he said, if they're gray, you don't really get any experience for it. Can you still pick them up if it's like a level 2 quest? Can you still pick it up at level 60? Is that possible?
did was fly back south toward Duskwood. This is such a great zone and is the prime example of a place where I want to leave no stone unturned. I had one quest still to do in the log anyway, as well as one quest
you don't get
that
anything.
guys told me I should be sure not to miss. The one I already had was a somewhat simple series of kill quests for the rest of the Worgen in the area. These were some of those first given to me by the Night Watch members to prove my worth, which I continue to do. It's a fun bit of combat and even led to a little lore drop, where after completing all the tasks given to me, the the original quest giver gives me a note to take to his superior. Obviously, anytime I'm given a note, I gotta read
Is
what
this
it
the
says, so I
werewolf
start
quest?
searching my bags until I eventually find it. Apparently, this person believes that I've proven myself enough to a point where I should be tasked to investigate some of the townsfolk under suspicion of them being enemies of the light. That sounds real.
What's that mean? You actually get money instead of XP if you're max level. Interesting. I've never been max level before. You're playing Fire Red right now. What should you name your ghastly? Name him Big Farts. Big Farts. Huh? I can't believe you get money for quests. I didn't know that. You need to do it for quest lines. I see. If you're max level and the quest is still viable. Is it ever viable if you're max level anymore? Why are we still questing? Why are we questing at that point?
Really interesting. I didn't even know there was a whole subversive element to what was going on in Duskwood. But sadly, I am not given a follow-up quest, instead just being rewarded with this awesome shield. Maybe I can come back later and learn more about
cool
what
shield.
that whole plot line is. For now, though, I have
I wish I
another
was a
task,
mushroom
which you
seller
guys gave me to
in
do,
Duskwood.
and I'm very glad that you did, because it led me to finding another one of my favorite quests in this game. In the responses to the last 2 episodes, you guys let me know I should be sure to check out—
Hang on, I have to read the comments. Reading graves in Duskwood is a good idea. You should do more of that. Another grave video. By the way, there's a grave cross near where you killed Morbinfell that you might want to take a closer look at. There's a weathered grave on the hill beside— oh no.
Some kind of grave behind Morbinfell's house for a quest that
Look
I
at the
may
grave,
enjoy. Seeing as
G-Bay.
it didn't look like I had anything else left to do in Duskwood, I ran out to the Ravenhill Cemetery to search for this grave, which took a lot longer to find than I would like to admit.
It's on the
actually
top of
kinda
the hill,
funny.
right?
If you had not mentioned this to me, I would not have found this quest, because it's another one of those
Yeah.
that has no marker or anything
Yep.
guiding me to where it begins. I finally find the grave, though, which
Oh.
names the burial site of Morgan Lattimore, although
Morgan.
it appears a bit odd as the mound of earth was
think I've
recently
done this before.
disturbed. I'm then given direction to go and speak to the historian back in Darkshire to learn more. When I arrive, I'm told that Morgan's story is a long and sorrowful tale, as many in Darkshire
As they always
knew him
are.
personally before he left for the war. Hang on, that's not the war I'm thinking of, is it? This guy then gives me my—
Oh, the Warcraft War? That war? I desire to be a swamp hag. I already am. Bucko, that's where you're wrong. It's easy to sell mushrooms here. Totally legal, too. I mean, if you're finding the mushrooms in Darkshore, wouldn't you want to sell them somewhere else? It was a big strategy during Seasons of Discovery. Oh, so you just, like, farm gold by doing crazy amounts of missions that you don't get XP for anymore? It's best to farm out last few levels, so you gave the gold. Ah, the gold giving quests, I see. Hi, Sabo, welcome in. What is Seasons of Discovery? It was like a leveled, what is it, layered releasing of different content, right?
next step in the quest, which I misread.
Mm.
I just see this book in the quest log.
You misread
that
something.
Apparently
Uh-oh.
tells the story of what happened to this dude, so I figure that he's giving me this book to read before I go speak to my next contact, the commander of
Read the
Night
book,
Watch.
G-Bay.
Also, it literally says in the first line of the quest that he's searching through his shelves and then comes up with a leather-bound book. I assumed he was giving it to me, but it turns out the quest is to go speak to the commander, who will give me this book as a reward. I somehow completely missed this, though, and don't realize it until I spend a long period of
Dude,
time
I just click
searching
buttons.
through my
I just click
inventory
buttons like
trying to
crazy.
find a
I
book
can't
that
imagine
isn't
doing all
there.
this.
But in my search, flipping through every note and piece of parchment that I see, I finally managed to find the instructions! The list of how to get all the items I need for Baccarat and summoning the Cyclonian. This was such a pleasant surprise that brought a smile to my face.
And he doesn't look anything up either. He doesn't look anything up. He could have looked something up, but he doesn't.
For a bit, as we have more important things to do first. After a while, I realized my mistake and go out to speak with the commander, where she says that Morgan Lattimore is synonymous with Morladim, who I've already come across once before, a haunting specter that
Jimmy
roams
Dean.
around the Ravenhill Cemetery.
What is Jimmy Dean's? Is that like a breakfast sandwich? Am I thinking of breakfast sandwiches right now? Okay.
Commander asks
Continue.
that I lay him to rest, as he's apparently been causing a lot of problems for the town. But before I do that, I have to read the story she shares. Morgan Lattimore was a
Oh shit, he's reading a book.
knight who fought in defense of the innocent, the poor, and the afflicted. For many years, he worked diligently throughout the areas of Azeroth. He was married to a young girl named Lise in the
How young we talking here? How young we talking, sir? Morgan?
Summer of his 18th year, they were much in love and would eventually produce
Sus.
3 children. A son
3
and 2
children?
daughters. Then, Morgan was 32 when war broke out in Lordaeron. He was called to the side of the legendary paladin Uther the Lightbringer to fight against
This is
the orcs and
Warcraft!
undead, leaving his wife and children.
He's
in
one of
safety
the
at his
island
home.
boys.
As the years passed and the war dragged on, Morgan would witness many horrific events,
Morgan,
including
why?
the disbanding of the paladins, the death of Uther, and the spread of the plague.
Uther.
The only thing that kept him from the brink of madness was the knowledge he would someday be reunited with his wife and children. As Morgan returned home,
I
many
sure
years
hope so.
later, he inquired on the whereabouts of his family. A priest said he might search the cemetery for a gravestone. Morgan rode from Darkshire, stopping by the cemetery. He spent 2 hours walking among the gravestones, recognizing many names of people he knew. Then he saw them, a small untended spot amongst the many with 3 small gravestones.
This is so sad.
Morgan brushed off the dust of the most prominent, revealing the letters that spelled out Lise Lattimore, beloved wife and mother.
No, what
For
the
hours,
fuck?
he stared at the grave, sobbing apologies. Then hours later, something in him snapped. He brought out his sword and began to rain blows on the gravestones, screaming in rage. As a trio of the cemetery's attendants tried to restrain him, he turned his focus, hurling accusations of guilt before killing them all. Later, when the rage passed and he saw his bloody sword, he removed his belt knife and plunged it into his own heart.
Bro committed seppuku before seppuku was a thing. Let's go? Wait, no, not let's go. Whoa, that's crazy.
Next day, he was quickly buried without ceremony in a hastily dug grave on the outskirts
Without
of
ceremony.
Ravenhill. Only days later, his grave was disturbed and his body could not be found.
Where'd his body go?
Morgan now is wanders Duskwood, consumed by his grief over the loss of his wife and children and his own self-hatred. Morladim, as he now calls himself, roams Duskwood with mindless vengeance and has been known to commit murder indiscriminately.
Hang on, I killed that guy once. Wait a second. Well, I wouldn't have killed him if I knew all that sad backstory. I don't know if I would have been able to do that. Am I tearing up? This is so sad. This is so sad. How are you not tearing
This
up?
line sounds a little funny, but holy hell, and I thought this game couldn't get any better.
Stream's lagging? Refresh. Refresh your freaking computer.
Duskwood continues to be the most metal zone of anything I've seen, not just in WoW, but in gaming at large. And now it is even beginning to fix the one issue that I've had with this game. As I was just saying earlier, one of the few criticisms I had left was that WoW didn't have enough references or follow-ups to Warcraft 3's great narrative. But now I'm getting so much of it. Seeing specific reference to the Scourge starting the war and Arthas disbanding the Paladins and slaying Uther, it sent shivers down my spine as I read it. I had already seen Morladim once before when I was going and getting that big group of players to kill Morbid Fell as a bunch of guys
he's in the grave.
Also tasked with slaying Morladim too. At the time, he just seemed like a regular elite mob that
He's
was
just a
placed there
dude.
for guys to get experience. But after hearing this backstory, I am suddenly thrown for a loop. What was otherwise a tough but simple NPC that was just roaming around.
No, this
now
is
has
so
much
sad.
character
I
and
killed him
significance,
too.
Fleshing him out. God, this game is so good at that. I head back out to the Ravenhill.
Huh? I didn't read the quest text. I would read the quest text by letting it read it for me with that add-on that you gave me. However, I feel as though when I'm streaming, I can't get so involved in the game itself with the lore, because then people are gonna get bored, you know? I don't want people to get bored.
Cemetery, finding Morladim wandering around once more. Since he's a level 35 elite,
This is
and
so
I'm only
sad.
31,
Can we kill not just the
have to
men,
take
but the
him down,
women
so
and
I
children
asked
too?
for anyone in region chat who might be able to assist.
Region
That guy shows
chat.
up, a level 34 night elf druid who I'm a
Druid!
little suspicious if they're going to be enough for us to take him down on our own. It looks like he's charging in,
Oh,
though,
yeah.
so
Oh,
I
yeah.
go in too, and we fight quite a bit. Before I
Get
do
Lord,
realize
not
we are
bored.
indeed outmatched and we'll need some more help
No!
as the druid falls and Morladim starts whacking me down. I'm running off in a somewhat pathetic sight, trying to escape, convinced I'm about to die.
Ouchie,
when
my
suddenly,
bones!
I get some big heals out of nowhere. At first I thought the druid revived and was healing me, but when I look over at my group to see that's not the case, it's only then I realize a random level 60 passing through just decided to help us out with our quest.
I love
I'm trying to
WoW,
not repeat
dude.
myself too much over this series by now, but I gotta say it again. It is so incredible how many emergent gameplay moments like this occur so naturally with other strangers just as you go around playing World of Warcraft.
That's my favorite part of this game, is that people actually help each other. Like, there's no other game that I know of where people are actually helping each other. Yeah, sure, there's gonna be the people that are griefing, right? There's gonna be people that try to gank you when you're walking to the furthest place on the furthest part of the map, and they know that you have to walk all the way back from your stupid little spirit mode all the way to your corpse back again. But there's people that help you like 10 times more often than there's people that hurt you, you know?
Never gets old. With
Druids
that,
are not
on a 60
furries.
Friend, we take
Stop
down
it.
Ladim, and I grab his skull as proof of his demise
Ladim.
before heading back to Darkshire to show it to the commander. Upon returning, she seems somewhat impressed that I was able to survive and actually accomplish the mission she sent me on.
Why?
Thanks for the vote of confidence. Before then letting me know the final arc of the story, although Morgan's wife and 2 of his children passed away in the corruption of Duskwood, one of his daughters lived and is a current member of the Night Watch. I meet her down the road, and she thanks me for laying her father to rest, asking if I can go lay a ring of hers at his grave, hoping he can know that she lived and that nobody holds him responsible for.
Wait a second. You're telling me that he read the gravestones and didn't realize that one of his daughters was still alive? Are you telling me that? Salamence. It's a salamence, not a dragon, silly. It's a salamander. I'm not a furry! I'm not a furry. Don't make me bring up the freaking... Don't make me do it again. I'm not doing it again.
Honestly, as the father of a daughter, this little moment made me tear up a bit.
She plays a dad. I forgot about that.
Placing the ring where this story first began, at which point I'm then treated to a scene of Morgan's spirit, now sane, grateful to hear that his daughter lives, and hopeful the light can forgive him for his sins. He then bestows his sword to me as my ultimate reward, which I am very excited about. Okay, so this two-hander might actually be
two-hander
dual-wielded axes I had in terms of DPS, but I want to start using it a bit because this sword is the first item I've seen that has a special attack. Occasionally when striking enemies, it will also hit targets for 85.
I don't know if I've ever had something like that.
Of the regular hit. I have no clue if that's any good, but I love it when gear has unique elements like this. It makes choosing what weapon I'm using a real thought-provoking decision. Like maybe this
I've never had anything like that.
Regular axes if I'm fighting an enemy with low arcane resistance, or maybe it'll straight up be better if I'm ever lucky enough to just get a few procs in a row.
Are there enchants that do that sort of thing? I feel like there's got to be enchants that do something crazy like that. No, Salamence is literally the dragon Pokemon. Why do they call him Salamence then and not Dragonmance?
Till now, sometimes it feels like the gear in WoW is just a series of stat buffs, which can feel nice to equip. But that vertical gameplay that people talk so much about is why if I ever get a new item that just has better
look at all
stats
the gold
than my
bars
old
he
ones,
has.
The old ones become
He's a miner.
and are just
He's a miner.
It's so much more fun when you get to hold on to a few
Dragon
different
D's
items
nuts.
that have unique attributes or special attacks and might be better or worse in certain scenarios. But anyway, with all that being said, what a great quest. What a great reward. Classic WoW just keeps the hits coming. I think with that quest completed, I have now wrapped up all of the Duskwood specific quests.
He's done in Duskwood? No!
I was
I love
considering ending
Duskwood.
the video here because we certainly met our goal of
He's
finding
gotta
a
do
great
the
story to care about in this
Axe
episode.
quest!
But then I thought a little bit more and figured, you know what? We can probably do at least one more quest. Let's just keep playing a little further so we can continue
just a little more. Just a little more WoW, please. Can I have a little more WoW as a treat?
Of knocking out as many green quests as I can before they become irrelevant, turning gray. And I kid you not, that is the reason the next quest I chose to do was the Missing Diplomat. So this is one of those quests I grabbed in.
I really like
at
the Missing Diplomat quest.
Running those errands. A boy in the city's
one of my favorites because I've never gotten that far. I've never gotten that far in this game. It's one of my favorite ones because it's the only one that keeps going and going and going and going. I can quit anytime I want. I just choose not to ever. Yeah, I just want to continue playing WoW. I got a year's worth of WoW. Might as well play it, right? Isn't there all this real folklore about salamanders being associated with fire in Japan for some reason? I don't know. I'll look into it and let you know.
Him to approach adventurers that might
That's
be
a
able to
European
help with
thing.
an issue, and that I should quietly head to Stormwind Keep to learn more. This quest sounded interesting since I was specifically told
Stormwind
it's
Keep.
a matter of discretion, which makes me think that it's a somewhat important quest line.
Discretion.
Anyway, now's as good a time as ever to head over
The
where
diplomat
I meet with the bishop who tells
did
me a
not
bit
have
more
sexual
about my mission.
relations.
Apparently, a diplomat was sent to Theramore to meet up with Jaina Proudmoore, although for some reason he never arrived. This bishop suspects that the Defiant Defias Brotherhood are involved, although he's not exactly sure how.
The
He directs
Defias
me
every
to go
time.
speak with an old
Always
friend
the
of his,
Defias.
Jorgen, who may be able
Jorgen?
to provide a lead. Okay, hang on. The Defias. Is this a follow-up to that
I
old
remember
disappointment we
Jorgen.
just ran into last episode?
I like when characters have one name. He be Jorgen it.
Eager to learn more, although I get a bit
I'm out here
distracted
Jorgen my
because
shit.
This is when I realize you can read the plaques for each one of these statues. I had no idea about that.
Let's
I love
go.
how this plaque says that this Khadgar guy is presumed deceased. That's got to be Blizzard
Presumed?
for he's an important figure that's going to come back at some point in the plot. This
Oh.
Ilaria Windrunner too. There's no way that Blizzard aren't bringing these people back. But more importantly, with this one, look, this plaque was written by Sylvanas. I'm still excited to see her again at some point. She is such a great character. Anyway, I find our contact
Sylvanas.
Jorgen, who I'm quite jealous.
What? How does she say her name? Sylvanas. Something like that. Jorgen it live on twitch.com. Thank you. Twitch.tv/.
As he's doing exactly what I wish I could be right now, but we've got more important fish to fry. Jorgen takes our message from the bishop, reading it and agreeing.
That's
to
why I
help,
like Jorgen.
but not before urging secrecy once more, then giving me a sealed note to take to my
He's
old friend
fishing, that's
Elling
his cover.
Trias. It feels exciting to see now that I'm not even able to
Elling.
open and read the notes that I'm delivering to people.
Ooh.
This is like that abomination quest all over again. Speaking of stitches,
Jorgen
I meet up
von
with
Strangle.
Elling, who tells me
Yeah,
to
let's
go
watch.
to Darkshire next,
What is it?
where
Fairly
I
Odd
meet
Parents.
with a contact named Bacchus. who
You're
says
reacting to a guy reacting to his own gameplay. He's not reacting to his own gameplay. He's telling us his experience.
that there has been some Defias activity going on nearby an old farmstead. I quickly head down the road, eventually finding
In a nice storytelling manner that makes it interesting.
the farm, and upon fighting my way through a few Defias bandits, I come across an interesting look.
You know, at least I'm not reacting to someone actually like reacting to body cam footage or something. I might as well just react to the body cam footage myself.
Chest that contains a mysterious docket which reads, "Our first plan has already failed.
Oh.
Fist was successful in searching
Fist?
the guard, but due to some unforeseen
Fisto.
efforts,
Is this
our
Fallout?
target was able to flee from the scene before we could capture him. Plan 2 has been set in motion and it was well underway before our ambush was set off in Stormwind." That
Ruh-roh.
doesn't sound good. I don't totally understand what's going on, but I take the docket back to Elling, eager to learn more. Elling recognizes the name Fist as referencing some Dashel stone fist that's frequently getting into brawls in Stormwind. He then sends me over to speak with
Fist.
him in Old Town, and that is when
Is this where you
I'm
fight?
first directed to this really cool back alleyway that I can't believe I never noticed before. Anyway, Stonefist isn't too
Yeah, this is where you
cooperative,
fight,
so I have
right?
to beat him up quite a bit to
Hi,
get
Critical.
any information,
Welcome.
which isn't too tough in spite of the
Yeah.
additional thugs he calls in. I make
Punch
a
him,
bit of
punch
a
him.
mistake in popping retaliation here, which means that even though I take Stonefist low enough that he calls off the fight, the thugs re-aggro me and kick me out of the alleyway until I run off and make them despawn. It's a game from 2004. Who cares if there's a few bugs? Anyway.
Is that a bug though? If you fight them, it's your fault. I think that's his fault. His fault. Take it back. I take it back. He can't admit his fault. Oops. Is this a one-off or will this be a regular event? Reacting? I don't know. Probably depending on how you guys feel about it.
I speak with Dashel, who says he knows
Teddy thinks they're taking
something about
attendance.
what
Love me.
happened at that meeting in the farmstead in Duskwood, namely the quote, "guy they've got on the inside for Plan B came out of Menethil Harbor and goes by the name Slim." I take this info back to Elling, who tells me to go up to Menethil.
When the
to track
NPCs just
down
wave at you
Slim.
like
so
that.
I take a flight up north once again, wondering what
Dude, he's going
this
all
could
over the
be that's
place.
going
Poor
on.
guy.
Again, the rule in WoW has always been the more zones you see across
I
the
don't think
quest
I've
line,
ever
the
been in
bigger
this
the
zone
story is.
before.
What could the
For
Defias
too long.
have done that is worthy of so much travel and
Wow. Okay, I see how it is. It's cool seeing actual gameplay on... Bro, I'm a gamer. My gameplay is just bad, okay?
such a sprawling narrative? I finally land in Menethil and head off to the nearby inn where I meet with Elling's.
Read to your good pal Hassan Cape. China.
I can't listen to that guy for more than 5 seconds.
Contact Mikael, but on conversing with him, he
I'm not gonna say anything else.
somebody is eavesdropping on our conversation, and he says I should go subdue him before he escapes.
What?
Apparently, Mikael is much more observant than
Mikael!
I am, because I cannot see who the hell he's talking about, and I just run around looking at various NPCs until suddenly my quest has failed. Upon redoing the quest, I then see the guy in question is hiding in stealth, and it is the Slim character I'm after. So I go
Slim Jim
outside
over
to fight,
here.
only to realize he is one tough cookie. Because I popped my retaliation for the fight with Dashel, I don't have it here to deal with Slim and his ad, who end up killing me.
Slim's friend.
The highest love life seen so far. So before I try
Not
again,
enough
I just
rage.
go off and kill some time getting a level by going and doing a quest where I slay a bunch of undead sailors on a crashed cultist ship who also cast a curse on me, turning me into an undead too?
That was so cool for the first time. The first time that happened to me, I was like, huh? They can change who I am? That's crazy. I've never seen that before. It's like freaking some sort of glamour magic, but opposite.
Quest that I should probably talk about more, but I'm now 32 and I have retaliation back up, and I'm really curious about what's going on with this Defias mystery. I restart the
Solo
quest
leveling
to
as a
slay
warrior.
Slim once more, and third try
The
proves to be
hardest
the charm,
story
as I
you've
managed
ever
to take
heard.
him down to a point where he agrees to speak with me, spilling the beans.
Hands and
The
knees, buddy.
Defias have kidnapped the King of Stormwind. Okay.
Oh my god, that all makes sense now.
I was not expecting that. The missing diplomat, it turns out, was not a diplomat after all, but the king of all the Alliance. He was on his way to meet with Jaina for some big reason when the Defias managed to intercept him under the orders of some mysterious benefactor. Okay, Defias, I was starting to feel like you weren't the bad guys being cheated out of the payment for rebuilding Stormwind, but kidnapping the king? That kind of takes away some of the sympathy I had for your cause. Anyway, Slim just says that his job was to get an inside operative named Hendel onto the same ship as the king, and that's all he knows.
Hendel.
Upon speaking with Mikhail, he tells me Hendel is
I really like the one name NPCs, because like, why do you only have one name? Where's your last name? What happened? Is this a pseudonym of some sort? Hendel, Jorgen, Slim. Who are these people? Where did they come from? Who was their father?
a part of the Theramore Guard, and I head off to Theramore, eager to make somebody pay for crippling the Alliance like this. You can tell I'm becoming a real WoW player because I'm actually starting to care about the fate of the Alliance. Eventually, though,
The fate of the Alliance, this guy.
Archmage, who lets me know that everything I've learned has also been discovered by himself and Jaina Proudmoore, who will be happy to assist me in subduing Hendel. I then head down the
They were a poor family. They could only afford one name. You gotta pay per character when you're making your birth certificate in WoW.
road to find Hendel's camp right past this tower. He is a level 35 that I need to subdue, but as he attacks me, I'm grateful to see that two other Alliance guards help me in subduing him, making the fight pretty much a breeze. Oddly enough, I find
Pretty much a breeze.
bug where these guards then aggro onto me for some reason,
Oh.
which almost ruins the cutscene of seeing the Archmage and Jaina show up to take Hendel into custody. But as I'm bouncing around trying to turn in my quests and getting aggroed by these guards over and over, look,
Oh, gosh.
it's Hawthorne, the hunter from earlier who helped me with the syndicate. He shows
cute.
up just in time to help de-aggro the guards. and
Again?
show me the way
He
back
saves
to
his ass
town. Thank
again?
you very much for your assistance. in my
How?
escape. The
2
Archmage told me they were
times.
taking Hendel back to Theramore for questioning, so I head back to find Jaina Proudmoore at the top of the central tower to draw the
Jaina
story to a
Proudmoore,
close.
that's
She
a
thanks
big
me for all
name.
my help, saying that in the future she'll keep me appraised of how the situation develops, rewarding me with another kick-ass ring. And I am not making the same
I wish I
mistake
could wear
did
a ring
last
on every
time of
finger in this
assuming that
game.
the story is over. I'm sure this narrative is going to continue in some future quest, and I'll get to find the King of Stormwind, solving the city's
He's gonna find
corruption
him. I
problem
believe in
sooner
him.
or later. But wow, what a great storyline.
Wow!
Classic WoW simply does not let up with its quality.
Love
no
this
matter
guy.
how long you play.
So
Okay,
positive.
One thing I got to say real quick, I actually loved the payoff of seeing
Okay.
Jaina Proudmoore for the first time here in
Whew.
Classic,
I was worried for a
especially
second.
compared to my experience in retail. In my first retail video, you guys saw how much I
Ugh,
geeked out
what did they
over
do to
seeing
her? What did they do to her? God.
her when I accidentally started the BFA campaign, because it was really exciting to see a familiar Warcraft 3 character after all these years. Here in Classic, I was a little frustrated at first, but not getting to immediately meet someone so important, and instead just hearing her referenced across all these quests. It made for one hell of a payoff when I finally did get to see her again, even if some of those rogue guards tried to ruin it with that silly bug. You know, looking back on it now, I kind of feel like the game design element of all of this is honestly genius in terms of how it best introduces someone to this MMO. I know we're
See, that's what we're talking about. I don't like retail because it just throws you into the deep end and you're a hero from the very beginning and you just pay for all of your levels. You know, just pay to get to level 100, and then you pay to get into the freaking raids, and you pay for the best gear, and you pay to look like freaking Mario and Luigi, and change your characters around. You know, champion of Azeroth. Everyone's the champion. Yeah, come on. It's too much. At least in Classic, it makes sense. You go from being a nobody, and then you start working your way up. And you have to work your way up. There's no way to just... I guess you could get boosted, but, like, that's still in the game, doing something, and spending the time, you know? Retail tries to pretend you're the most important character. Like, that's the thing about... Oh, God, okay, sorry. I hate always just complaining about women, but, like, women just want to make everything about themselves, you know? Like, everyone has to be the most important character because everyone's special and everyone's a perfect little snowflake and we all are heroes. No, you're not. You actually have to do something worth people's while to be important, okay? You have to do something cool for people to like you. You have to be amazing. From the beginning, you have to work hard and contribute to society before you can be a hero to anybody. Even just like your family members, you know? You have to contribute a little bit to get some sort of name for yourself, you know? Being a soldier in the regular army is not bad in a game. Exactly. Every soldier matters, sure. And we're all part of a collective, and you're giving something to the world, you know? To the world.
Didn't you get the memo? You can just be gay and people are supposed to like you.
Kids these days.
World of Warcraft used to be considered the easy MMO when it came to old school players back in the 90s who were coming at it from EverQuest and Ultima Online and Asheron's Call. These guys would famously call WoW the Care Bear MMO because it had a lot of new player-friendly features like not losing your items on death and not needing to aim your spells. But even if Classic WoW was easier compared to some of those older MMOs, it's still a pretty complex game that has
EverQuest
so many
mentioned
systems and
every
mechanics
time,
that you
every
need to
WoW
learn.
video.
If you're someone that's not used
EverQuest
to
mentioned.
MMOs and this is your first one, you could totally be thrown off, feeling overwhelmed at all of the stuff that there is for you to dive into. So honestly, with that context, it feels really smart for the game to keep players in the same starting zones for such a long period of time. Again, it was about 60 hours for me, and all of that time fighting mobs, running dungeons, learning
You get to know your way around, you know?
and how quests work. It was all that time that got me comfortable with how
Rat
the game
killing
worked,
simulator.
to a point where it
Fallout
didn't
1?
feel all that mechanically difficult for me to suddenly traverse 2 continents and go on these massive adventures I was thrown into at level 30.
I love Classic WoW, bro. He puts it so well. Everything he says is like, yes, exactly. That's why Classic is better than every other game on the planet. No, I'm joking. Not every other game on the planet, but it's, you know, it's pretty close.
Class, since all of this began with that Whirlwind Axe quest, that was exactly the moment
Poor guy.
for a massive
Whirlwind
world-building
Axe.
adventure. I hope that every class gets to have a similar experience at 30. Anyway, though, I'll save the rest of the Whirlwind Axe stuff for next time. Subscribe if
Okay,
you'd like to
I
see
have
me
something to look
continue
forward
my
to.
adventure and take down that Cyclonian. I've seen quite a few of you skeptical in the comments of my videos. So I'm going to stick with WoW all the way to 60. Let me just say, I'm going all the way. The journey is not stopping anytime soon. So subscribe and stay
I'm
tuned for
excited,
what
bro.
happens
I'm
next.
excited.
Special shout out and
I love
thank
this
you to all
guy.
the channel members who made this episode possible.
Good job,
If
channel
you'd like to
members.
become a channel
Keep
member,
this
you
man
can join
making
down below.
videos.
And another big shout out to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring
Raid
this
Shadow
video.
Legends!
Don't forget to check them out if you need a game to play while you're waiting for Blizzard to announce Classic Plus. But anyway, if you're still listening to my voice right now, I sincerely appreciate
I really recommend this guy. If you like Classic WoW and you're like me and you actually care about games these days, I think watching his videos is a good refreshing like perspective on what makes a game good, you know? Anyway, oh, so we have another React stream? I don't know. Depending on how you guys feel about this and what you liked and what you didn't like, you know, let me know. Let me know in the Discord. If you join the Discord, you know, you can leave suggestions. If there's a video I want to react to, as opposed to just watching it myself, I will save it for stream. I saved this video for 9 days. This video came out 9 days ago. I wanted to watch it so bad, but I figured it would be good for stream because he's positive. You know, not a lot of weird, controversial stuff that I can get myself in trouble with. But yeah, thank you for being here. If you watched this far, if you watched along to my react for this long. Let's play words while I find somewhere to raid. I have 3 minutes before I have to go, because I have no snoozes left. Thank you for being here. Please make sure you follow my socials. I put out 3 to 5 clips a week. I edit them myself. And sometimes they do well, sometimes they don't. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyway, Good to see you guys. I get ads for it sometimes while playing bad phone games. I see. I love bad phone games. It's a lot better than having to be on Twitter for so long. Where can we go? Similar people, please. Someone I follow, perhaps? I have to go soon. So, let's go say hello to... Oh, Montana's on. I like lovely Montana. They're very nice. They're very nice to us, and they don't mind if you guys are a little crazy. So yeah, thank you for being here. Have a great rest of your evening. I'll be back on Tuesday as per usual. Please make sure you take care of yourself, drink plenty of water, get some rest, stay in school, do your homework, eat your vegetables, don't do drugs, and join the Discord if you want the... Thanks for being here. Join Discord if you want to see my schedules and stuff. I put my schedules on Discord for the most part. I tend to just forget everything else. Everything else in being... whatchamacallit. Can I copy my damn message, please? No, I guess I can't. Yeah, I tend to forget everything else. AKA Twitter. I don't do Twitter. Yeah. Always making it just at the end. It's alright, Phoenix. We'll be back on... Oh, tomorrow! We're playing community games tomorrow! Tomorrow is Mecha Chameleon, so please join the Discord. And then I'll send out the Steam friend code and stuff, so if you want to join Mecha Chameleon, you can feel free to do that. Oh, shoot! Hang on, no! They're ending! Shit! I gotta go somewhere else. They're ending stream. Okay, how about here? Oh, this guy's online again. This guy was cool. Yes, let's go here. Okay, thank you for being here. Bye, everybody. Join the Discord for Mecha Chameleon tomorrow. See you guys at 12:30 my time, so late night your time. Bye! Bye, YouTube. Bye, KickChat. See you next time.